Yeah, you can keep an eye on the chat.
All right, I will. Cool, I'm ready
if you want to. Hello everyone. Hello chat. Hello Thanster and Zoe Smith and Lorelai and Bobo, Arctic Angel, Ast-based keyboard smash. A very based name. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna switch over to desktop capture now. Although it's not actually. Oh no, now it is. Okay, good. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna open up Euro Truck Simulator and let me know if you can see it. Can you see the truck? Peter.
I see it. Yes.
Okay.
I thought you were asking the chat. I absolutely see it. Beautiful truck.
Thank you. I like it a lot. It's maybe I can look at vehicle truck browser maybe. No, how do I see the truck that I already have? Hello?
Hey chat, by the way, it's me, the Peter.
The Peter. Who are you and why are you here?
I am the token Danish friend you have.
Oh yeah.
To prove that you don't hate Danish people.
Yeah, that's a bit loud. I think I don't want the truck to be louder than you, even though the truck is a valuable member of the stream.
I mean, absolutely it is. This is all truck. This is all truck all the time. This stream.
Yeah. This is my truck. Got a Marx and Lenin in the front. We got the Cuban flag, the Vietnamese flag, like a like a Chinese Year of the Dog paint job on it.
This is what Jeff Bezos sees when he has a nightmare.
Yeah. I'm a self-employed trucker just trying to make ends meet. I own this truck. I bought this truck with my money that I worked very hard for doing freelance jobs. And yeah, I haven't employed anyone. Like I'm not a capitalist. I'm just a trucker doing what truckers do.
Driving very haphazardly.
Listen, I'm using a controller, okay?
It does sound like a 90s sitcom plot. Like you're like, I'm just a working man who bought a truck.
Yeah. Well, that's a bit, I mean, that's pretty much the premise of this game. Because, like, when you start playing it, it's like, now you can finally fulfill, like, live your dream job of being a truck driver.
Yeah, that's the most normal dream, right?
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, you're not driving any differently than most trucks I've seen drive around these streets. So.
Yeah, I've set up. I remember now. I was playing this a while ago. I set up some map markers along this route that I'm taking so that I can discover new towns. Because in the long run, it will be worth it to have discovered towns and for them to be on the map.
Right.
So, you know, that's what I'm doing. I'm just driving around.
Is this okay? So dumb question. Is this a massive game where you can drive all over Europe and see towns by the highways, or is this like a randomly generated? This is what this.
No, it's all handcrafted, beautifully designed by German. I don't think they're German, but
could be German. It seems like a very German game.
You know what? You're right. They do make a lot of simulation games. A lot of simulator games are from Germany. And
they're also very meticulous about details and stuff.
Yeah, it might say something about the German spirit that the number one game genre is one where you have another job, or possibly even the same job as the one that you do when you're not playing video games.
Right.
Like you're driving a forklift 9 to 5, and then you get home and you play the forklift simulator. Like, there's something very German about that.
Right. They also have that farming generator
Yeah.
thing, which is very popular among people who have farms.
Farming
I think.
simulator, and they have like a bus simulator, like a bus
Yeah.
route simulator.
See, that actually sounds kind of fun because it's like you have a schedule and stuff.
Yeah, I've seen it. It doesn't look great.
No. Okay.
Like it's not a graphically impressive game, but
No.
you know it's fine.
It's got its charm. It's
Yeah.
got its audience.
It has the bus is yellow, I think. So, you know,
I'm not trying to think. I think our buses are yellow here too.
ours are blue, but it's a regional. Depends on the region.
Right, the company. We have a company called Arriva, I think, which runs the buses in this region, and they're all yellow. They look kind of cool, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, we have the whole like new public management thing where like we have publicly owned companies, but they act like they're private companies.
Yeah.
So we have Västtrafik in Western Gothia.
Yeah. We have some of those too. Like we have North Jutland Traffic Company, which
Yeah.
I think is the funniest one. Like North, it's just like what it is.
Yeah.
North Jutland Traffic Company.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And yeah, I mean we don't really have anything else other than that. We have Swedish Railways, just nationwide
Right.
railway system.
The Danish government railway system company, I think it's called in Denmark.
Yeah.
Which again is what it is. So. It is what it says on the box.
Very straightforward. Yeah.
It is. Chat, what are your state-run railway companies called?
I mean, if you
Let's
have
get those
any.
comments going.
A lot of countries don't have state-owned railway. They have private railways.
So what are all the private companies called? Give me a list.
Japan has a bunch. They have like 5 or 6 like conglomerates of like private rail companies.
That's interesting. But the rails themselves, it would be strange if, because okay, so you can have like private train companies, right?
Yeah.
But the rails, if they're not owned by
yeah.
the government, then can companies just own them?
I think the rails in Japan are owned by the government. So I don't know why I have this information in my head. It's just from one of those days where I just like spend 19 hours on Wikipedia learning useless shit for no reason.
Right.
But so Japan used to have a state-owned railway system, but as part of the negotiations after the end of World War II, the United States actually forced Japan to privatize their railways, and so they created like a number of different corporations which would take over managing the railways and the subway and the train systems. So each like
By the way,
region of Japan had its own company, like train company.
I think this is fascinating, but ASDF base something beef says, can we get a slightly more interesting discussion? And to that I say, no, this is what you signed up for. This is what you talk about when you play a truck simulator, my friend.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we're playing this game as if I'm a truck driver and Peter is my co-driver, and we're just two truckers trucking.
We're trucking.
Yeah, like we're just two pals out on the road trucking.
Yeah, and we decided that the radio was too loud, so now we're just talking and trucking.
Yeah, we don't want to get a DMCA claim.
Let me see, what else are in the comments? What do we think about Kamala Harris?
She's based queen. Yes. Let's go. Fears. Clap back. I'm not sure what that means. I missed the turn. Damn it! I was too busy thinking of liberal words to describe Kamala Harris with.
You were too enamored with Kamala to do your job. I know that feeling.
Well, listen, I think it's wonderful This is not even a joke. I think it's very cool that the United States is about to have its first female vice president, and if Biden kicks the bucket, the first female president.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I think that's a good thing. I think it should have happened like 100 years ago, but
Right.
I think it's cool that it's happening. And she's also the first black vice president, I think.
And Indian American, I think.
Yeah.
First Indian. And
She's half black. Yeah, no, she's half Jamaican, half Indian, I think.
Yeah. I genuinely agree. I think she's had like a very, I don't know, checkered past. I think you could say her record in California has been very questionable to me. And she seems like someone who will. She has that Hillary gene to me, where she says whatever is beneficial to her in the moment.
Yeah.
Like whatever she needs to say to get you to like her is what she says. Which I recognize from myself, but which I wouldn't want in my politician. I would like a politician who believes stuff, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like she is more open to working with the progressive wing of the Democratic Party than Joe Biden is.
Potentially, sure, yeah.
So, I mean, that's something, you know, but I don't think that she's gonna... I don't think that just left to their own devices that the Biden-Harris administration is like gonna be like radical in making the United States a better place to live. I don't think they're gonna do that much on their own. I think they constantly are gonna need a flame under their feet telling them to get on with it, to do progressive legislation, to stop collaborating with Republicans, and like to actually do things to help the material needs of the American people, especially during fucking COVID. I mean, what, people got $1,200 like at the beginning of the years, and that was that. That's like what they're supposed to survive on for the rest of the year.
Yes, not great,
Yeah, like people in America are, a lot of people in America are in a very bad place right now, and like we can't allow the presidential administration to be content, or to just do whatever, or to essentially do nothing. I mean, like we talked about on the live podcast that we did, like we can't allow people to forget about politics. They go back to brunch.
Yes.
The time for brunch is not yet.
No. Brunch can wait.
Brunch has
Isn't that
to
a
wait.
Prince song? Breakfast can wait? Is that a Prince song? I don't even know. But yes,
Jesus.
I agree with that sentiment.
Yeah. It's very difficult trying to drink coffee while driving a truck.
That's true, and you don't even have one of those cup holders by your computer that they have in trucks.
No, but I do have a table.
That's true, but that's not a cup holder.
It's not.
What are your plans for Christmas, Azure?
Well, we're kind of discussing what to do. We're gonna have, whatever we decide on doing, we're gonna have a very small family Christmas, like just 3 of us.
Yeah.
Which is sad because like we want to see grandma, and we want to see like my sisters and my nieces and like the extended family and stuff, but like we all agree that that's just not gonna happen. So it's gonna be a very small, very quaint Christmas, but we are thinking about doing like a Christmas in February kind of thing, like when everyone's vaccinated. We just like, it's Christmas again, and then we have a Christmas party. Like like a belated Christmas, or like the Christmas that we missed kind of a deal.
Yes. I very much the same. I still have to figure out what I'm going to do with my family because my parents are getting older.
Yeah.
And I have 2 brothers and then 2 nieces. And the current plan so far has been to just all of us get together and that's it, you know, but I'm still not sure how we're going to make that work because I don't know. It just doesn't seem safe. And the region they live in is very at risk with coronavirus at the moment. And I think we might have to end up doing a thing where we prioritize or maybe split up into 2 groups and do Christmas.
Yeah.
And then, because I do think we talked about this too in the other, in the live podcast we did. It does to me seem like there's a light at the end of the tunnel here with the vaccines coming out. And
Yeah.
I think maybe just a bigger celebration next year would be what do you want to call it? Like a solution to just postpone it a little bit, maybe.
Yeah. Listen, as soon as I'm vaccinated, as soon as everyone is vaccinated, I am throwing the biggest doorknob licking party you've ever seen. And everyone is invited.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to go on a worldwide conquest and go to every country in the world and have sex with minimum 1 person in each country. And I'm going to be spending 12 hours in each country, and it's going to be stressful as hell, but that's my plan.
Did we ever find out if COVID was sexually transmissible?
I'm going to.
Peter's gonna do some extensive research.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna subject myself to science, people.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look. We're in Florence now.
Oh, Florence.
Florence,
it's a
Italy.
Beautiful, beautiful town.
How do I see
By the way,
that?
that kind of, I guess, to vamp a little bit, I'm not with my now ex-girlfriend who is German. I have a new girlfriend, so I won't be going to all those countries. That was what they call a joke.
You have a new girlfriend?
Yeah, I do.
When did that
She's
happen?
great.
When did you break up?
Oh, we broke up long ago. We broke up in like May. My German girlfriend at the time, now German ex-girlfriend.
So is your new girlfriend is what? French, Turkish, Greek?
American, actually.
What is with you when dating girls from other countries?
Have you met Danish people?
No. I try not to.
I'm kidding. I don't know. It just works out that way.
Huh.
I go to some crazy parties.
In America?
Oh yeah, all the time. No, yeah. I study on an international line at university, so I have people all over around me.
Okay, that makes more sense now.
Yeah.
I thought you were just doing like what you call it, like independent courses and stuff.
Oh, some of them, yeah, but that's because I'm specializing and stuff. But speaking of, if all goes according to plan, I'll be done at university, like in 5 months, like all together.
Wow.
That's gonna be baller.
Yeah.
I'll finally be able to make some money, become a conservative.
Peter becomes a business owner.
Oh yeah, small business owner.
No, like medium, large sized.
Conglomerate.
Yeah. Just like what's like the most like sleazy, scummy like company you could own? Like fossil fuel.
Oh yeah.
Seal leather.
Furs.
Yeah.
Just like fur trading.
Yeah, the fur trading, fossil fuel, noble gas industry. Get them all rolled up into one. Just one convenient package.
Oh yeah. That's the dream, my friend. That's the dream.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the perfect.
Like serving fucking seal meat hamburgers to the ultra wealthy.
Yeah,
and
that's the. Or I could just do what Justin says and buy Walmart. That would.
Yeah, sure. How much is it to buy Walmart? Do they have that listed on their website?
I hope it's not more than a couple of $1,000s, because else I'm not going to be able to.
I don't think so. Like, it's Walmart.
Yeah, right? Can't be that expensive.
Yeah. I mean, have you been to Walmart? I've been to Walmart one time, and it was like an otherworldly experience, I think.
You have? Okay, what was it like? I have been a couple of times too, but I'm always curious what people think of Walmart.
It was quite a long time ago, but I remember it being very big, very white. Not like race, like skin color. I mean like the color, like the marble tiling in the
bright.
walls and everything is just white, but it's still like not clean. But like it's just a very like weird choice of color. It's just like everything is white, but nothing is clean.
Yes.
And like for the most part, it was just like a normal supermarket. But I think what really stood out to me was like at the end by the cash register. You know how like in our countries, at by the cash register we have like maybe candy or nuts or like those like impulse purchase kind of thing, like that they put there to get you to like just grab one more thing before you pay.
Right. Newspapers, that sort of deal.
Yeah. So in Walmart they had guns.
No way.
Yeah. Like rifles. I'm not sure what they were, like service rifles or
No way.
yeah. Just like
You just grab a gun on your way out?
I did not. I wasn't 18. I don't know how old you need to be to buy a gun in America, but I wasn't underage.
Which state were you in a Walmart in?
Maine.
Oh, see, that explains it probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I went in New Jersey,
Mm.
and I think it varies from state to state.
Yeah. Probably.
Because they didn't sell ammunition or guns at the Walmart that I was in.
I'm not sure they sold ammunition. I just saw the guns. And I think I asked like the person I was there with, like, is this normal? Like, the guns just sort of hanging out in the store, in the middle of the store? They're like, oh yeah, it's just guns. Like, what do you mean? It's just Walmart guns. Like, as if it was like not weird at all. Which I mean, for someone who grew up in Maine, I assume it wasn't weird, but to me it was very strange because I could not imagine for the life of me that like Ica or Coop or something like a Swedish supermarket just like has assault rifles or guns by the register as well. It's just such a weird place to put them. Like, oh yeah, honey, we forgot to buy a gun. Like,
it's Jimmy's 14th birthday.
basically.
Until Christian Anarchist in chat says, until super recently, Walmart sold guns in California. It's not just red states. And yeah, no, that's true. I think it's more like an East Coast, West Coast thing too. And then obviously South thing. Because I think on the East Coast, well, I guess that's not true either, because like Maine is on the... But I know just like New England area type places, I've heard it's pretty easy to get a gun.
Yeah,
But
there's a lot of hunting.
Yeah, hunting. Those hunting
there.
states, New Hampshire type places.
Yeah. Vermont as well. It's very big into hunting.
Vermont has very liberal, or liberalized, I should say, maybe gun laws, you know?
Yeah, like conservative gun laws.
Yeah. Whatever you want to call it. In my vernacular, liberalized means laissez-faire. Yeah, freer.
Yeah, I mean that's what it would mean, like in most of the world. But in America, it's liberal is like more government and like more restriction, because the conservatives are the laissez-faire people.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I guess in America they do the liberal libertarian thing.
Yeah.
The differentiation between those two terms.
Yeah. Hang on.
Let's see.
I'm gonna turn on cruise control.
Yeah. Anyone? Chat. What do you have something? Do you have something for us, chat? That would be fun. Peter, in 10 years, I would die without champagne. Yeah. Wouldn't it be great though to know that first of all I would be around, and that I would be so spoiled that I would spoil myself so much that I would be like, it would be impossible for me to even consider not having champagne. That would be great. I don't see it, but I mean, that would be great.
I never really got champagne. Like, I never really got the hype for it.
Didn't they do a thing where no one bought it at first, so they repack or like did a new marketing thing on it, where they decided to make it a celebratory drink? Wasn't that like a conscious marketing strategy, I think? I
feel like, yeah, probably. Because like I've had it at like parties and weddings and things, and it's like, yeah, it's white wine and it's sparkly. It's like,
yeah, I'm
not that into white wine. And the sparkling really doesn't add that much. Like, it's just wine.
No. I like I
And
like mimosas way more than I like champagne. I think where
yeah,
they just mix it up with orange juice. I think that's a very nice taste.
yeah. I mean, I like drinks in
Yeah.
general, like
Yeah.
girly drinks, as they're called.
What's your favorite drink? I don't think I've ever asked you that before.
Um, well, my favorite drink, or my most frequent drink, 'cause
Ooh, both.
I mean, my favorite would probably be something like a daiquiri.
Oh yeah,
Shit.
daiquiri. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
daiquiri. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
sweet stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mojitos are good. Anything with rum, I think. I
Mm-hmm.
prefer rum over most things. But my most frequent drink is Cuba Libre.
Cuba
It's-
Libre, yeah.
yeah.
That's really good.
It's I have the special Cuban recipe, or I mean
Ooh.
the Cuban method of doing it, which is not too much ice, and then usually light rum, like 3 years, aged for 3 years. So it's a bit stronger. You can also use dark rum if you want. Then squeezed lime, so lime juice, and then lime on the rim of the glass as well. And then Coke.
That sounds lovely. That actually sounds really lovely.
Yeah.
I bet that would be one of my favorites too. Now that I think about it, yeah.
It's just, it's simple. Like, it's a simple drink. It's
Right.
like when you drink it, you can taste exactly everything that's in it. Like, you know all the ingredients immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's yeah. I read some. I at one point I thought I was going to be someone who knew a lot about cocktails and stuff.
yeah,
I still think it's kind of cool, to be
Yeah.
able to make cocktails. But I remember reading somewhere that the ideal cocktail really shouldn't have more than like 4 things in it, and I think that's
Yeah.
true.
think
Because
so.
it becomes the thing where it's like you're making a dish and you're just putting too much stuff in there, so it doesn't really taste like anything.
Yeah. I applied the same principle when making vegetable soup. Because, like, when you make vegetable soup, I think it's really nice to, like, don't have, like, the weird, like, dice, like, broth thing, or, like, any sauce or white wine or oils or anything like that. Just, like, have a pot of water with salt and then put vegetables in it and boil it until the vegetables make a broth. And then it's just vegetable soup. And it's like, you taste it and it's like, yeah, I know exactly which vegetables are in this. And like, maybe you can add like some white balsam vinegar if you want. Maybe you can add a bit of olive oil. But like, don't overdo it. Don't put too much shit in it. Because then it's just like soup. It's not vegetable soup anymore. It's soup with
Right.
vegetables in it.
Mm-hmm. That's true. But then how do you... I've tried that before, but all the water always evaporates when I do it. So how do you keep that from happening? Do you know?
Add more water. Begin with more water.
Begin with more water, okay.
Yeah. You don't need to boil it at such a high temperature as well.
Yeah, you don't... You let it simmer, kind of, right?
Yeah. Like
Okay,
medium,
so that's what I've been doing
medium temperature. Just doesn't need to be super hot so that all the water evaporates.
That's good. I agree. I think my favorite cocktail is a gin and tonic, honestly. I think if you do a gin and tonic really well and you put some cucumber in there, it's delicious.
Oh yeah, cucumber's nice. What's
brings
that
out
one
so much
called
flavor.
that is the like the gin and tonic but with an onion in it instead of an olive?
Oh, do you know, Chet? What's that called where you put... I know the one you're referring to, and that's
Yeah.
really good too.
It has a special name for some reason.
I love gin. That's my thing. I used to be all about vodka, but now I really like everything with gin. I love gin.
Yeah, I do rum pretty much exclusively. I don't know. I mean, I can drink everything, I guess. I like cider a lot. Like low to like, I mean, I'm fine with alcoholic cider, but like it's like a 4%,
Yeah.
like apple or pear cider.
Yeah, pear cider is really underrated too. It's
Yeah.
really good.
I had a lot of cider, pear cider, non-alcoholic, of course, when I was a kid.
Yeah, me too. Was that just a thing that was big when we were both younger?
Maybe.
I don't know, because I don't see it around so much anymore.
We have quite a lot of it still. Like
Oh,
in
okay, because I don't
supermarkets
know
and-
that they sell it here even more. We just all like Apple now.
Oh, yeah, that's
Um,
interesting. We have a lot of pear cider.
yeah. Airtrip Nordsmra says old fashioned was always their favorite, and honestly, that
Mm,
was one of my favorites for a long time too. But I don't really drink hard liquor anymore
yeah.
because I have a really hard time administering it. I just get really drunk. I have too much, and then I pass out, and I want to enjoy my evenings more. I'm also
Yeah.
getting old, so
I just get sleepy when I drink. Like when I
yeah,
drink too much, I just instantly want to go to bed. Like I don't really get drunk. I just want to sleep.
yeah.
And it's like, wow, that's
Same though. And what I like about the gin and tonic is you can administer how much you want to drink more
yeah.
easily, I think, because it's just gin and tonic. So you get to decide how many, like how much alcohol you drink. That way, it's
Mhm.
like, and that's why it's also mostly I just drink beer. Honestly,
Mm.
love beer. That's my Danish genes. I think I love me some beer.
Yeah.
It's great because you can get really drunk off of beer, but like if you just keep drink, even if you drink it really fast, you're not going to get so drunk that you need to go to the hospital. You know what I mean? You know, it's like if you have like a bottle of vodka and you're not used to drinking, you could like kind of, not to be morbid, but you could like really get hurt, you know, or like die.
Oh yeah.
But if you
Yeah.
have like, I don't know, 10 pints of beer, you're gonna have a terrible night, but you're not gonna like need to go to the hospital.
There was a girl in my high
have to pee,
school
too.
who drank a lot of vodka. And like she had like a real problem with vodka, and I think like what got her to stop is she downloaded like a calorie counting app
Hmm.
and she added the vodka to it, and she was like, holy shit, this is like 90% of my calorie intake. 'Cause there's like vodka is a fuckload of calories. Like it's
It
insane.
has. It has. It's so interesting. People think it has no calories too, which is so funny.
I guess because it looks like water.
It does, and it's like potatoes though. Potatoes
Yeah.
are just like carb central too.
Yep. Made
Yeah.
from potatoes.
I think someone said something in chat that I wanted to, or no? No. Oh, what I wanted to say, that's right. I knew a Swedish woman called Erica when I worked in Ireland, and she did like a thing on the website where she you know you can do those online quizzes to see if you have a problem with alcohol. And she did a thing where she her new boyfriend at the time asked her to do it because he had a lot of alcoholics in his family and he didn't want to start a new thing with someone who might have a problem with alcohol. So she was like, sure, I'll take the quiz. And she lied her answers to like a third of how much she really drinks. So she only put like a third of how much she drinks in a week. And it came back like, please seek professional help. You're a serious alcoholic.
Jeez.
Shouts out to Erica.
Erica knows how to have a good time.
Oh yeah. Anyway.
There's a cider that's like very low alcoholic, or like basically non-alcoholic, that I really like, which is Herrljunga, and they have a strawberry and lime cider, which is so good, and I love it so much, but they almost never sell it. Like even in places where they sell that brand, they only have apple or pear cider. They almost never have strawberry and lime cider. But it's so good.
That sounds interesting. I'd like to try it. It's Swedish, I take it, or
Yes.
because all of the low alcohol / no alcohol beer I've tried hasn't really been good, I think, or it's been very watery. You know, it doesn't have that same
Yeah.
taste to me. But I'm sure you can make it really good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Mr. Hansen says, "What's our favorite beer? Do you have a favorite beer? Is that the one or something else?"
No, that's cider.
Yeah.
I don't drink beer, really.
No. I think my favorite beer, if I had to pick, would be Jacobsen. The Jacobsen, which is Carlsberg's high-end beer, but it's the one called Saaz Blonde. I think that's the best beer I've had.
Have you ever tried like these like weird artisanal beers? Like beer aged in an oak casket for years, and it just tastes like
Oh, yeah.
beer. Like it doesn't.
Well, some of it does, but it also, you can really taste if it hasn't been filtered, because that way it
Yeah.
tastes real weird. I like, I think it's either Irish or Scottish, forgive me. I think it's Scottish, and it's called Innis and Gunn.
Mm.
Like the last name's Innis and Gunn. They have some great whiskey bottle or whiskey case aged beers, which taste very special. It's like a very sweet taste for a beer, and it's really good. It's really delicious, but it makes it like it's much more alcoholic, obviously, because it's like semi-mixed with bourbon or whiskey.
Mm.
So, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of fun craft beer around Europe, especially these days.
Yeah.
But yeah, a
throwback
lot of
to
it is also just a lot of it. I agree with you. Is also just it's the same beer basically, but it's just
Yeah.
much more expensive. You know.
throwback to the last Christmas episode we did. We've been drinking a lot of julmust recently.
Oh yeah.
Soynerts, which is the brand that still comes in glass bottles, which most of them don't anymore. But it's really good.
I
Has
love
that really like aged, like oak casket taste. It's really rich. It's not sweet. But it's not bitter. Like it doesn't taste like beer, but it's not soda. You know, it's like this rich tasting thing. It's very good. It's very
right.
It's nice. I don't
It
know.
is. I always liked. I always liked when soda comes in glass bottles. I don't know. It just tastes different or better. I think when it's been in glass.
Maybe. I mean,
Oh.
it comes out colder, I suppose.
That's also true. But there is a thing. I think I read something a long time ago about how apparently beverages taste better in glass than in plastic for some reason I don't understand.
It's because in the plastic, it's all the chemicals that the government uses to brainwash you.
That's right. It's the chemtrail.
Yeah.
Chemtrail.
That doesn't taste very good.
No, it does not. Awesome Everton's dad really likes punk IPA. Okay, I don't like IPA beer, but a lot of people do. My girlfriend swears by it. I've always been a lager person because lager for the win. I think IPA tastes bitter and not good. Not good.
Have you ever had mead, like honeyed beer?
Oh yeah, dude! I grew up near a Middle Ages museum, which was like a thing where people cosplay Middle Ages stuff 24/7, and they
cool.
make their own mead, and it's really good.
Yeah, I don't know why people don't drink mead anymore. Like, is it expensive? Too expensive to make, or like, why is there no market for mead?
For mead, I think I don't know. I think it's because I don't even have a. I would think it would be something people would be really into in other countries.
Yeah. We should fucking export it.
Yeah, we should.
Create a market for it.
Is it a thing of how maybe it's hard to store or something, or like to maintain or to?
I mean, honey doesn't go bad.
No, it doesn't, does it? See, I don't know then.
I guess it's. I mean, normal beer has yeast and sugar and stuff, so it's like, I don't know.
That's true. See, if anyone knows, would like to. Oh, Lindisfarne. Okay, so Eritrea lives by. I've been to Lindisfarne. It's incredibly beautiful in England. Shouts out to Lindisfarne. What?
I don't know what that is.
It's like if I remember correctly, it's like one of the most. Oh god, this is where I'm. So the Holy Island of Lindisfarne. That's what it is. It's a tidal island off of the northeast coast of England, and it's like this beautiful, old Middle Ages place with a castle and stuff, and it's close to. It's just off of by Scotland too, and I think it has a Viking connection. That's why I went anyway, because I wanted to see it, because the Vikings apparently. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could so easily be wrong. It's been forever since I went there, but yeah, no, it's beautiful.
Our ancestors went there on special vacation.
On spring break.
Trashed the place.
Yeah.
As you do. Got drunk, stole some shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do we want to,
by the way, for our ancestors, if there's any British people in the chat?
Yeah, but you know, your ancestors weren't so great either. So.
Yeah, but I mean, like, two wrongs don't make a right. I feel like we should be the bigger country and apologize.
You're right. You're
Seeing as
right.
how the UK has not apologized for anything they've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
So,
You know,
you know.
you're right. We're very sorry.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about life in Scandinavia and the socialist aspect of it? I feel like we've talked about that so much, haven't we?
We talked about that quite a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I always have more to say about it, I suppose.
Go ahead.
Was
Sure.
there, I mean, was there a specific question?
No, that was just kind of a blanket. I think he's just really annoyed. He thinks we're boring, I think.
Oh, well, I mean, he's right.
He is, but I don't hate it. I think this is great. Let's see. Airtrabe, I hope I'm not saying that right, but the person who says the thing about Lindis Farm says that it's lush. He's from Newcastle, or the person is from Newcastle, and that person goes there quite often. I don't know the gender of this person. And then says that it's the first place Vikings landed in the UK. So I wasn't in the
That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched the streams that I did with Mia Mulder and American Johnson, where we played ancient board games.
I saw some of it. I didn't get to see all of it, unfortunately. I was doing work stuff.
Yeah.
Was it good? Was it fun?
Sure. I believe. No, it was lots of fun. Yeah, we were playing the game of Ur, is the oldest board game to which we know the rules.
I saw it and I commented on the shape of the board.
Yes, that's right. You
Which
said
made
it looked like a penis.
Yes, which made me call my doctor because it made me realize my penis is shaped a funny way apparently.
Yeah. No, and we played a modified version of it, which was like the hardcore version, like the not your grandma's game of Ur version, which is more intense and has more shared spaces, so you can knock each other off, less safe spaces.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
No, it's lots of fun. I mean, it's 4,500 years old, so when people were playing this game, mammoths hadn't gone extinct yet, and construction on the Great Pyramid of Giza had not yet begun. So,
wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to think about when you're playing it. Like, people were playing this game before the Great Pyramid of Giza was built, and there was still mammoths, like, on Earth, like, walking around. And now I'm playing it, and we know what the rules were to it, because some Babylonian astronomer wrote, like, a letter, essentially, to some of his Greek friends, talking about this game and how it supposedly predicted the future, much like a horoscope did.
Wow. That's crazy how that stuff works, isn't it?
Yeah.
Huh. That's wild.
And a lot of the stuff that was written in, like, paper and on papyrus and stuff, I mean, even just a few hundred years ago, or perhaps more relevantly, 2,000 years ago, around the time of, you know, the Hebrew Bible and the New Testament and all of that stuff, like, everything written on paper does not last nearly as long as what the Babylonians wrote on clay tablets. Because, like, paper disintegrates.
Forever.
Oh, I'm running out of fuel. Oh, shit. Well, there's no one behind me, so I'll just do an illegal U-turn. Listen, it's fine.
Is that place is called N?
What place?
Yeah, the gas station. Is it just called N?
I did not see it, but I'll take a look.
Oh man. Now they're talking about Trotsky. I don't know.
Oh yes.
Airtrape says that they want a physical copy of the game, but the British Museum replica is £90. I'm guessing that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is a lot of money. But it is as far as I know, it's a very high quality replica, and then you're paying, like, for historical accuracy and stuff. You're not just paying to have the game.
Yeah.
But, like, if you have Tabletop Simulator, which I think is still on sale for $10, you can download the mod for the Game of Ur and you can have it for free. Well, once you have Tabletop Simulator, it's free.
Right.
So
See that rules. And if you think the game, it seems like a thing where you would want to try it a few times before you spend 90 pounds on it, though.
yeah,
Because I always do that thing. If I'm buying a game, I play it once and then I just put it away.
mhm.
And if you're gonna do that with that game, then it's a lot of money for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you can also find there are PDFs, and you can print out the board and all the pieces, and just use scissors, and you have a paper version of the game, which doesn't feel as nice. It's not like tactile, but like if you just want to try it, if you just want to play it, then you can do that. I mean, essentially for free, minus the cost of ink and one piece of paper, but 2 pieces of paper for the pieces, I guess. I mean, people were playing this game like by taking like sharp rocks and like carving the squares into the ground and into the pavement and like in walls and temples, and like people have been playing this game for thousands of years. It's not.
It looks so complex for an old game, you know, like a game that old.
It's not. It's a.
No?
I mean, it's a very simple game to learn, and it takes 1,000,000 years to master it.
It's like chess.
Yeah, it's a lot like chess. I mean, I think the rules are more simple than chess, I would say.
Huh.
Like it takes like about a minute and a half to learn the rules, if that. And then you just know the rules, and then you have to like learn the strategies and like the probabilities and things. I think especially the modified version which has fewer safe spaces, which is a bit of a later variant.
Yeah.
Where am I going? That one is that one has a lot more strategy than the old version, the oldest version that we know, the classics. That one is it has strategy, but it's very it usually ends up very evenly, kind of regardless of the like, even if you're playing against someone who's very good at the game, like it still ends up very evenly. But with the modified version, with the updated version, the patched version, you might say, the beta 2.0 version, the strategy comes into it a lot more, and you can more easily wipe the floor with people if you know what you're doing.
Right. Yeah.
So that's fun.
That's good though. I would like to try it sometime. That would be fun to try to play it. And I think I could kind of suss out the slow parts of the rules of it anyway, just from watching you play it. Like there was a 3 die that you roll,
4,
and then it decides 4 dice. 4 that you roll, and then the number of white dots that point out is the thing how many you can move or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So both players have 7 pieces, and you roll a die to move. You can only move 1 piece at a time. But you can decide which piece to move if you have multiple on the board, or if you have one that's not on the board, you can choose to put it on the board. And it's a racing game essentially. Is you try to get the first player to get all of their pieces off the board by going to the very end and rolling the exact number to get off the board as well. Is the player who wins. And then there are rosette tiles, which if you land on them, you get an extra throw, and if you stand on them, the other player can't knock you off, so they're safe.
Okay.
And that's essentially it. That's basically what the rules are.
But there are some things about money and stuff too, right?
Yeah, you can gamble on it. You can. I mean, there are different ways that you can modify the rules and add gambling and that kind of thing. People did gamble using this game. They gambled jobs, they gambled gold, they gambled... well, I don't think camels were domesticated yet, nor were horses, but they gambled like donkeys. And I believe they also gambled women.
Okay. Well.
So, that one maybe you can't do anymore.
Imagine just waking up and knowing you've been gambled away. That must suck.
Yeah. I mean, imagine going home to your wife late at night and having to explain, like, I sort of bet you on a game,
Yeah.
and I lost. So,
Again? Ugh.
but
You-
I did win this donkey, so you know.
Yeah, it's true. So it wasn't an entire loss
Yeah.
for me. Yeah.
I mean, a donkey's expensive. I'm not comparing you to a donkey. I'm just saying, donkey costs a lot of money. You know?
Stop crying, Susan. You always cry when I lose you in games.
You know I'll win you back eventually.
It's not like Gronk is leaving the town anytime soon.
Gronk. I don't think Gronk is a Babylonian name.
Maybe not.
But yeah, it was spread throughout the world by traders, sailors, mercenaries. Especially during the Middle Ages, it was spread by the Islamic caliphates and various Islamic kingdoms and Islamic traders and yeah, just throughout the empire from northern Africa to India. And it was played from 2600 BC until if you include the variations of the game and sort of because the game evolved over time, but it was played more or less continuously by one community or another from 2600 BC to 1950 AD.
Wow. See, that's longevity.
Yeah.
That's,
I mean, I think that's longer than chess. Chess has
Yeah.
only been played for like 1,000 years, I think.
even longer than World of Warcraft, too. That's a burn. See, that's a burn on Blizzard.
Yeah.
Update your game. It looks like crap.
True. It really does.
It does. I mean,
And what's interesting, I know I think I've said this, I've told this story like 3 times on 3 different streams now, but I find it so interesting. The last community of people who were playing the game of Ur, although they were using a different name for it, but it was the same game, were a community of Jewish people living in Cochin in Kerala, India, who immigrated to India after Cyrus the Great liberated the Jews of Babylon. And so the Jews who didn't go back to Judea, to Israel, they emigrated east. Some of them ended up in India. And the Jews who lived in Cochin, they kept playing this ancient game that they learned in Babylon before Cyrus the Great came. And they kept playing it until 1950. And
Wow.
then they left Cochin to move to Israel when the state of Israel was established.
that's wild.
Yeah, and the
And then they
rule,
stopped playing it? Or?
it seems like they did, but the rules for that version of the game were recorded by Irving Finkel, who went to Israel to interview one of these Jews who had emigrated from Cochin, and she just remembered from when she was a little girl living in Cochin what the rules were, and she just told him like, yeah, this is how you play this game. And he kind of realized like, oh shit, that's this other game from Babylon that's like thousands of years old. And then the puzzle pieces kind of came together.
Huh.
But I don't think I mean it's probably possible that there's still some people in Israel who play the game, but as far as I know, it sort of, the popularity of the game sort of dropped off by 1950. I mean, it had been, you know, dying for a very long time before that. By and large, it was replaced by backgammon when the Romans came and dominated the Middle East, and the Romans very much preferred backgammon. And I mean, backgammon was a similar game to the Game of War, and I don't know, people just sort of switched.
That makes sense. I mean, they do look kind of similar to
Yeah.
what's going on. They're asking if we are fans of modern. The chat is asking if we're fans of like modern board games. Is the name. I don't really play board games that much. I do like Risk. Risk is fun.
Mm.
Like a boring answer. I was never really. There's a Kremlin game. Like I like some strategy stuff. I've tried, but not. Do you play a lot of modern board games or?
I used to. I wish I played more. There are some games that are fun. I like card games. I like simple. I think I just like games that are simple, that are like you set it up in 1 minute, and like it takes like 2 minutes to explain the rules, and you just play it, and it's fun, and like it has longevity, and it can go in a lot of different ways. Like I like Cards of Humanity. Like Cards of Humanity is like self-explanatory basically. Like you don't need to explain to someone exactly how Cards of Humanity works. It's just like you can.
Is that Cards Against Humanity or which one?
Yeah, Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah, that's a great one. I didn't know that counted as a board game. That's fun. I played that.
Well, it's a card game, board.
Yeah, yeah.
Cards, boards. What's the
Cards,
difference?
boards, all of it.
I mean, cards are made of cardboard. And what is cardboard if not a board?
It's true. And you know what also is a board is a table.
Yeah.
And I like tables. I can put food
IKEA
on
tables.
it. Yeah.
Other brands. Jysk.
Yeah. Jysk is great. That's your quality Danish furniture right there.
Genuinely, it's a very good store. I buy all my pillows and office chairs.
Yeah, so good. Do you know in Germany they call it Danisches Bettenschlager or something? What do they call it again? Such a cool name.
I don't know.
Danisches Bettenlager. Which is like Danish. What does that mean again? It's like bedroom storage place.
Yeah. Well, like warehouse, like the Danish bedroom warehouse.
Yeah, that would be it. I think. Yeah, but it's just such a funny. It's just why not just call it Jysk?
I don't know. What does Jysk mean?
It means from Jutland.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Why is there a logo like a bird or like an eagle?
It's a I think it's a goose or a swan. I think it's a swan because the swan is the Danish national bird, or I don't know, animal.
Ah. But then why is the color of it blue instead of red?
Because the blue is our royal
National
colors, I think.
Really?
I think so. I think that's how I've had it explained. Blue is our... It's like a naval royal thing.
Huh.
The guy who started it is a crazy guy. He's
You spoke like this. Hey, I got a really good deal for you. If you come out to the Jysk, I'm going to sell you a cool bed. And it's going to be super cheap, so come on over.
and he'd make these very cringy commercials where it's just him holding, like being by a bed. To be like,
Hi, my name is Lars Larson.
that's his name.
Lars Larson.
Uh-huh. I mean,
If you
this
want a
is
cool
like
bed.
every bed commercial in America.
Right,
Like in
exactly.
America, they have like the fucking mattress stores and shit.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand how a store that's like so specialized could like survive. Like a mattress store, like you don't sell literally nothing but mattresses.
Right.
Like how is
Like
that a sound business model to sell nothing but mattresses?
I know. I saw some pictures from my old hometown, and there was a store right in the middle of town that only sold like lampshades. I'm not joking. It's like apparently that's lucrative enough back in the 70s, so
Yeah.
like people could have a whole store devoted to it. That's crazy.
Yeah. There's a store near me that everyone I know who I've shown it to is convinced that it's a front for like a drug dealing cartel, because it's this, like it's the size of like 4 smaller stores. Like it occupies like 4 shop fronts,
Mhm.
So they must pay like massive amounts of rent on this. They have huge amounts of space, but they rarely get any customers. I never see anyone walk in or walk out. I
Mhm.
only ever see one like old guy sitting in there, just like doing random shit and walking around and things. And sometimes I see him lock up, but I never see him sell anything. And the
Huh.
only thing the store sells is pianos. Full-sized, old-timey pianos.
Isn't that a thing where if you sell one, you've paid rent for a month?
I
Because they're so
don't
expensive?
think he's sold one ever. Who goes to a physical store? Like, who does that?
I don't know. People who
it's
study
like-
music, maybe? I don't
And
know.
like, this is not like a well-off... like this
No.
is not like the kind of neighborhood where people have a fucking living room large enough to fit a giant piano in it.
Right. Yeah.
Like, people here live in apartments. How
Yeah.
the fuck are you gonna get a piano up to your apartment?
It's true. It's true.
Most people, I think most people here don't even have elevators because there's like older buildings.
Do you think maybe he sells it online?
He's like 90 years old. I don't think he knows what the internet is.
So that's a yes.
Well, I mean, if he does, I've never seen like a truck loading up a piano. I've never seen a piano moved from out of that store. All the pianos are just in there and stay there, collecting dust. I don't think a piano has ever left that store.
That's amazing. Do you
Yeah.
think it's a thing where like people go in and they see the pianos and they say, I would like this one, and he says, go to this place where I will have it for you. You know
I
what I
think
mean?
people go in and then they never come out again.
And they never leave. You're saying he kills them.
I'm saying that they walk in and they find out something that they shouldn't have found out, and now they know too much.
So this is like that Doctor Who story, but Doctor Who hasn't come to it yet.
Yeah.
Doctor Who's still working his way to that store.
I think this is the guy who killed Doctor Who.
Oh, so this is the. Oh, so this is like the. Is that a? By the way, is that a Santa Claus thing contract where like if you kill Doctor Who, you become Doctor Who? If you kill Santa Claus, you become Santa Claus, or
I
no?
think if you kill Doctor Who, the universe ends or something.
Oh damn! Yeah,
I think
alright.
he's like a universal constant or something. Like he's like the speed of light. Like you can't just get rid of it.
Mm-hmm. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Also, awesome Everton. I do not live in Copenhagen. Live in the north of Denmark.
Yeah, which is still the south of Sweden, like.
Yeah, it would be like
latitude
Gothenburg.
wise.
Yeah, it would be latitude-wise Gothenburgy.
Shit.
I live in the area where they killed all those mink. You know, those minks. They killed like what was it? 14 million minks in my
Yeah.
area. It's crazy.
There was a mink farm in the town where I grew up, but I think it was abandoned. Like it wasn't being used. By the time I lived there.
Yeah. Also, I know if you kill Doctor Who, he regenerates. I'm not. Yeah, I've seen the show, but I mean, like, if you kill him,
Yeah,
isn't there a
if you-
thing where like
if you
he
kill
can
him,
only
like-
regenerate so many times,
Yeah.
or no?
I mean, the thing about Doctor Who is that nothing is consistent in the lore.
That's true.
Because, I mean, they've changed it like a million times. Like, how many times he can regenerate and that kind of stuff. Like, sometimes it's infinite and sometimes it's 12. And then sometimes he can be given extra regenerations, like from Gallifrey. And then sometimes it's like you're born... Like, some Time Lords are born with this many regenerations, and some are born with this many, and... Like every fucking season has a different explanation for how everything works. It's very confusing, and it all depends on who the current showrunner is and how much they give a shit.
See that I'll buy that. I'll absolutely buy that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is a little surprising still to me because it's a BBC show. So in my brain, I'm like, maybe it's a little classy, maybe it's a little consistent, but maybe not.
No, not really. Yeah, I mean, it's it's like the oldest show on the BBC, I think. Like the oldest still running show.
Yeah, but it was gone for a few decades, I think. Oh, a
Mm.
Christian anarchist said sort of. So apparently there used to be a thing in the lore, but then goes on to say he used up his last regeneration 4 seasons ago and then regenerated twice more.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, there was like a Deus Ex Machina thing where like it was like a time window through which he could see Gallifrey, and they like gave him 13
Sure.
more
Sure.
regenerations. And then I assume like in a few years when those are up, like something else is gonna happen that gives him even more, and then that's just gonna keep happening.
Yeah.
As long as the BBC renews the show.
Sure. Yeah. It's gonna I would love if they just had a picture of like, or like a video clip of Orson Welles when he was doing that commercial drunk, and just played that when like they just filmed one of the characters going, or Doctor Who going, "Why am I still alive? I only have so many regenerations." And then a character says, "You see, Who," and it just cuts to Orson Welles saying, "Ah, the French champagne," and then back to the show, and it's never brought up again. That'd be great.
That's great.
That would be the deal. Christopher Eccleston was the best modern Doctor, says Eritrea. I think that's a hot take, but I don't entirely disagree. I think he was great.
He was very good, yeah. I don't think it's necessarily a hot take. A lot of people like Christopher Eccleston.
Don't people love David Tennant the most?
Yeah, but that's just because he's attractive.
It's true, and he was very Scottish too. Yeah.
I mean, he was good. Like he was a good actor. He made a good Doctor Who.
I love Christopher Eccleston. I think he's a great actor too.
Yeah.
He's been in so many.
Apparently,
good things.
he didn't like playing Doctor Who very much.
I think it must be a very grueling schedule too. You know how they do it.
Yeah.
I think they make the episodes in more or less a week, which is insane when you think about it.
I mean, have you seen those early Doctor Who episodes from 2009?
I know. You can really tell some episodes that they just didn't.
You
didn't
can
have it
really
all
tell it
together.
was made in a week.
Yeah, and you could tell that a lot of the times it was just, we don't have time. Let's just make the bad guys put on terrible, terrible costumes.
Yeah. I mean, the first modern Doctor Who episode, like the first Christopher Eccleston one, is just honestly so bad. Like the one where like people turn into plastic, and like a bin, like a trash bin, eats someone, and that kind of shit. Like
Yes. Yeah.
like
It was a lot more.
It feels like they had like a budget of $50.
Yes, I think they did too. I think the first couple of seasons they did legitimately they didn't give them any money.
Yeah.
But then people liked it and they were like, oh, and that's when the whole, yeah, that's right. Near the end of David Tennant's, I think those might be my favorite modern David Who episodes. Just before David Tennant left, there were some cool episodes, and then I was
Did
never
you
a
say
big
David Who on purpose?
Huh?
Did you say David Who on purpose?
Oh, I didn't. No.
Because that's a cool way of talking about the David Tennant era of Doctor Who. Just David Who.
Oh, yeah. The David Who era. Yeah. David Who. And then you have the Christopher Who, and
And the Matt Who.
and the Who, the band, when the Who when the Who
The
took
Doctor
turns per
became the
episode.
entire band of the Who.
Yeah, yep.
Regenerated into, what is it, 4 people? 5?
Yeah, 4 people. The 70s Doctor Who was crazy.
Yeah.
And then the Jefferson spaceship Who was great.
Mhm.
Oh man. Yeah, I agree with what Republic Anthem says. It's actually extremely calming to sit and watch this truck driver simulator. It's really nice. I was thinking that when it was dark outside too. It's literally like therapy looking at it. It's great.
Yeah. It's like driving a real truck, which I have a lot of experience in doing.
Of course. You're a small business truck owner.
Yeah. I worked
what
my
was it?
way up from the bottom.
A Christian anarchist said, I love Jodie Whittaker. If I'm being honest, she's really funny. I don't know what all the hate is about. I think a lot of the hate is about the writing. And I haven't seen any of the episodes, but I've heard that the writing has gotten really bad in Doctor Who recently.
It's hit and miss. I think some of the episodes were pretty good. I mean, there was a Rosa Parks episode where they went back in time and they met Rosa Parks, and I think that one was actually pretty good. Some of the dialogue was a little bit on the side.
Yeah.
I think the episodes which Stephen Moffat did not write are good.
Yeah. Moffat, didn't H Bomber guy do a long video about Stephen Moffat?
I think so. He's
about Doctor Who. Wasn't that one of his first big videos?
yeah.
Doctor Who.
The thing about Stephen Moffat is he made like one good Doctor Who episode, which was The
Yes.
Sleeping Angels.
Yes, that's a great episode.
Yeah. And then he took over the show and he just couldn't make any more good episodes.
Yeah.
Like he made
Yeah,
one
yeah.
good episode and the BBC was like, well, people seem to love this episode that Moffat did. Let's just have him run the show. And then he did.
And then he did. And he does this thing, and he did it in Sherlock too. He was the showrunner and creator of the Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock show, where it's just like everything is connected. Where it's like every episode, you can't have a one-off of anything.
Yeah.
So it all has to tie in with the bad guy. And that's kind of his whole thing, is he goes very J.J. Abrams with everything he does.
Yeah.
Which is like fine in a way, but it also like it makes it more serialized, I guess, and less episodic.
Yeah. Sarah Zed made a very good video about Sherlock, and about the like the fallout that happened when Sherlock ended, because Stephen Moffat was doing this thing where he was saying in interviews and everything, like all the little details, like there are clues in every episode, and I think he even said something like, if you look really carefully and you collect all the clues that are in the episodes, you know what the ending is, and you know how Sherlock faked his death and all these things.
Yeah.
And then at the end, and when the ending was like super shitty, he like started making fun of people who were going on like scavenger hunts and trying to find out like what the mystery was, and he made fun of people who were trying to solve his mystery that he had told people to solve and that it was possible to solve.
Yeah.
But then at the end it was just like, oh yeah, Sherlock has a spoilers for Sherlock, by the way. Oh yeah, Sherlock has a secret sister and she lives in a mental asylum, and she was behind Moriarty the whole time, and Redbeard was not a dog but Sherlock's best friend or brother or something, and he fell down a well and Sherlock suppressed it. And it's like, how the fuck were anyone supposed to guess that?
That's
Like-
true. Yeah.
And he just pulled all this shit from nowhere after years of being like, oh yeah, dude, I've totally planned the ending of this show and you can totally like find out what it is if you just look at all the clues.
Yeah.
And then he dropped the ending and he made fun of the fans who were trying to like find out what the ending was.
Right. He's totally the British J.J. Abrams and Alex Kurtzman and what's his face, Orsi, the guys who did like did you ever see that show Lost?
Yeah.
That they did that, and then they just recently did Star Trek Discovery and those shows, where it's just like it's these giant shows which look beautiful and which have like all things going for it except for the writing, because it's all just like we'll figure it out as we go along, and they never do. And then they're like, oh, we have a plan with everything, and they don't. And it's just so frustrating, because it's like, how can you do that to yourself too? How can you do a show that's where the stakes are like every episode costs like $30 million or some obscene amount, and you have no idea what you're doing? I would never be able to.
Did you watch? Did you ever end up watching Game of Thrones?
I did, but I didn't watch the final season. I just had no interest.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, you got off easy. I think not watching the final season is a good move.
I found that Lindsay Ellis's video about the final season was more than adequate. I don't need to actually see it.
Yeah. It was, I mean, apparently, like, the showrunners, like, they wanted to just cut it short and just have it done and over with so that they could start working on some Disney show shit that they'd gotten jobs for.
Mm-hmm.
But then they were fired from that.
Oh, of course.
So they made a shit ending to a really good show, and they fucked everything up, and they made everyone hate them because they wanted some lucrative Disney jobs, and then they lost those jobs because they made such a terrible season.
Of course.
So now they have nothing, and everyone hates them. And I
The
don't
story.
think
Yeah.
anyone would want to hire them ever again, because they just showed that if someone pays them, they can just totally be poached, and they'll fuck over the last season of a project in order to work on something else.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not something that you're looking for in your showrunners.
No, that's not good. By the way, Awesome Everton says that The End of Time is the best Doctor Who episode, and I've been thinking about it for a few minutes. I think I agree. That's the one where the final one with David Tennant. That was a real tearjerker. That was a real sad one.
Oh, can you jog my memory a bit more?
Oh, I only remember like scenes, but I remember seeing it and being like, "This is incredible." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe Awesome Everton can explain what it says a bit more. I think it's oh right, isn't it the one, spoilers, where like Rose, I think her name is held up in like some radioactive chamber, and he has to go in for her, or chooses to go in for her or something, and he absorbs all this nuclear energy, and he has to like die or whatever. But he gets to like make things right with all the people he met along the way before he dies.
Oh yes. Shit, you're right. It's the one with the master when he becomes the prime minister.
Yeah, that's the
And he
one.
like takes over the world.
Yeah.
And yeah,
It's a really good one.
he sacrifices himself. Yeah, because I don't know, it's like someone fucked up like the whole thing with that chamber, and like he didn't have to sacrifice himself, but like something happened. I forget what it was.
And the master.
Oh yeah,
also,
he had to
spaceship.
save Rose's dad, I think.
Yeah, that's it. Rose's dad.
Yeah.
Awesome Everton is saying we got it all wrong, so I believe it. I believe we got it all. That's with Wilfred. I can't remember this stuff. I haven't seen this in maybe like 8-9 years. I have to go to the bathroom really quick, but I'll be right back.
Okay. I can't see chat, by the way, so I'll post your questions in chat, and then Peter will read it when he gets back from the bathroom. I didn't plan for this to happen. Peter not to be here reading the chat for me, so I don't have it open. I have a bunch of other shit open. So you could be saying anything right now and I would have no idea. But Awesome Everton is a mod, so he can watch over you, I think. Yeah, Doctor Who. My favorite Doctor Who is Will Smith. I think he did a good job in season 8. In the Wild Wild West episode of Doctor Who, when he went back in time to the Wild Wild West and he caught the robbers who were actually robot aliens the whole time. And they were Cybermen, and the cowboys were lizards, but they were good lizards, and it was revealed at the end, and it was kind of a joke. Like, you thought that we were normal humans, and you were trying really hard to hide that these robbers were Cybermen, but we actually know what Cybermen are. And then the Dr. Will Smith is like, that's funny. I did all this work for nothing.
I'm back.
Hello. I
Hello.
was just telling the chat about my favorite Doctor Who, Will Smith.
Oh yeah. The Will Smith Doctor Who.
Yeah.
That was very interesting. They really floundered for a few minutes there. They're like, "What do we do?" And it's like, we get the flyest of the DJs of the MCs. Of course.
Yeah. It was really fucked up with the Will Smith Doctor Who episode when they had the zombies and he had to like kill his dog.
Right.
That was a really weird Doctor Who episode.
It was. And he was so happy about killing the dog too.
He was? I don't think he was.
Yeah. He was like cracking jokes and stuff.
And then he used his sonic screwdriver to make a vaccine for the zombie virus.
That's right. And rapped into it. I don't like
Who
dogs.
do you want to see play the next Doctor Who?
Ooh. Honestly, I haven't seen Doctor Who for so long. I don't know what would be a cool twist. But I think, what's his name? I want to cast him as everything. What's his name again? The guy who was on...
David Tennant.
No,
Again,
no.
The second time.
The black British guy. What's his name? Big guy.
There are a lot of them. A lot of black British people.
I know. I'm sorry. The what's his name? What was he in?
Richard Ayoade.
Not that guy. No, but that would also be hysterical.
That would be
He would be
amazing.
great. He's hilarious.
Have you
What's
seen his
name?
movie
He's the
Submarine?
guy. He's the guy that like everyone wants to play David, or like James Bond. Remember that guy?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. I don't think I know who you're talking about.
No. See, I'm completely blanking. He
Austin
wasn't-
Everton might know.
Yeah, he's British, and he's
Black.
been. Yep. Everyone
Does
wants
that
him.
narrow it down enough?
Yeah, he has a very thick cock. Idris Elba, thank you. Idris Elba, thank you, Austin Everton. Thank you.
That would be cool.
That would be a cool Doctor Who, I think, because
Yeah.
he's funny too. He's been on Saturday Night Live many times, and he actually he has a funny side to him,
Yeah.
which I think would be great to be explored. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
Oh, Ejiofor? Okay, everyone's is we're a little behind on the thing now. Everyone's saying Idris Elba.
Sorry, guys.
Chitwell Ejiofor. He would be great too. Chiwetel Ejiofor. Sorry.
What?
He's great too. He was in 12 Years a Slave and stuff. He's great. Doctor Strange.
Ah.
And what's his name? The guy from The Wire? He would also be fun. It would be great to have an American play Doctor Who. That would be a fun twist.
The 8th Doctor was American, I think.
Who?
The 8th Doctor, the one before Christopher Eccleston. He played in the movie.
The
Doctor Who
movie. I never saw the movie.
It was fine.
No. Yeah.
It was a bit different. It was very American. A lot more, I don't know.
American.
Yeah.
I get what you mean.
I think he was shot. Like the first thing that happens to him is he was like shot by like gangsters.
Oh, that sounds like a bad episode of Star Trek: The New Generation. Next Generation. Didn't that happen a lot in that show? Gangsters from the 30s would show up and shoot people.
Oh no, not gangsters. I mean like gang members.
Oh,
You mean
I
like
see.
the urban type?
Right. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Richard
From Los
Dawkins would be a good
Angeles,
Doctor Who. That's a fun take. Richard Dawkins as Doctor Who.
Yeah.
He's been like, actually, there is no God. He'd be like, save us from these aliens.
I want David Attenborough as Doctor Who.
That would be amazing.
He just like, he doesn't save people, he just goes to a different planet and looks at the aliens and like the fucking alien butterfly larva, and he's like, this little guy really does know how to crawl.
Yeah, as thousands of people are dying, and he's
Yeah.
just taking his time.
He's just filming two bugs having sex.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, the male is fighting for dominance. And then Earth is just invaded by 1,000 different aliens.
Mm-hmm. You
And
know,
then
okay.
He
Here's
makes
my
a
official-
documentary where he talks about how important it is to save the Earth from the Daleks and how everyone needs to contribute.
Yes, see, I would love that. My official endorsement for new Doctor Who is the Queen of England, Elizabeth.
That's pretty good.
That would be cool. That would be great. I mean, what's she got going on? She has time.
Yeah.
She could be the Doctor Who.
I mean, I think she's been in an episode. At least, I think
Has
so.
she? Oh,
Or like the back of her head was in an episode, I think. I don't know.
oh. Jeremy Corbyn is Doctor Who. We're getting a lot of good names thrown around. Bill Bailey would legitimately probably be a good Doctor Who.
Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle, sure.
Why not? I mean,
We get a deep cut. Patterson Joseph. I think he already been on episodes of Doctor Who. I feel like he has a long time ago. Maybe he's just a great actor. He was on Peep Show too.
oh,
You know,
yeah.
who would be a fun shout would be
David Mitchell.
David Mitchell. Yeah, I was gonna say.
No. I don't think. I don't know. I feel like he can't really act in drama. I don't know. I've
No.
never seen him do like a serious role, like a non-comedic role.
But he has that what's his name? John Cleese thing where he's funny because he's so angry and frustrated. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, and those people I think generally tend to do really well with drama. and stuff.
Maybe.
I could see it.
I don't know. I would have to see him in like what the fuck is the name of that? The West Wing? No.
West Enders?
West Enders, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have to see him in something like that
Mhm.
before I could
Yeah.
make a final judgment.
He should do a 5-episode stint as the
Yeah.
long lost brother of someone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Slavoj Žižek as Doctor Who.
He would fucking bore the Daleks to death with his ramblings.
Is he doing okay, by the way? I feel like he's not doing well.
I don't know. I haven't been hearing a lot from him.
No, didn't he get like Bell's palsy or something?
No idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
He hasn't been answering my emails.
He's been ignoring the goat. That's always dangerous.
Yeah.
Sean Bean as the Doctor. As the Doctor inevitably has regenerated, we can keep the tradition of him dying in everything he's in.
That's
Yeah.
true.
He's also just a really good actor, but I don't know that he has the depth. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hang on. I'm gonna have to pause because someone just came in with food.
Oh, okay. I can vamp if you want.
You can what?
Vamp, just take up time.
Yeah, just talk about whatever you're interested in at the
Yeah.
moment. What's the
We'll just keep
latest
going.
book you read?
I'm actually, no joke, I'm reading a book right now by Jeff Tweedy. who
While
is
we're
the main
streaming?
singer-songwriter.
That's pretty rude.
What?
What? You're reading a book while we're streaming? That's pretty rude.
Yeah. No, I'm giving you 20% of my attention.
I mean,
no.
that's more than I deserve, frankly.
No. Who said that? Isn't that from The Social Network, the Facebook movie? I don't even.
What?
I think that's from the Facebook movie, isn't it? Where like Jesse Eisenberg goes, "I'm giving you 20% of my attention. That is more than you deserve, and more than I'm paying these people." I was like,
Maybe. I saw that movie once when it came out and then never again.
It's actually a really good movie. I love David Fincher though, the guy who directed it.
The guy who played as who? Zuckerberg?
No. The director, David Fincher. He's great.
Oh.
He did The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo too. He did Zodiac. He did. What didn't he do? He's done so many great movies. David Fincher. He did.
Didn't do Game of Thrones.
He did Fight Club. He did Seven. Gone Girl. He's done a lot of good movies.
Those are all very good movies, actually.
Yeah. Vic Reeves, Bob Mortimer is one Doctor Who. That would be great. That would be a fun bit. Oh, what I was going to say, I am not at this moment, but generally in life, I'm reading a book right now by singer-songwriter Jeff Tweedy, who is the lead singer of Uncle Tupelo as well as Wilco, two of my favorite bands. And he wrote a book called Let's Go So We Can Get Back Again, which is a memoir and a very good, very, very good book. And he's writing a book, or I think he might have just actually released a new book called How to Write One Song. And he's a great guy. So the whole concept of how to write one song is about demystifying what it's like to that there's nothing mystical about writing music or being artistic. It's just practice, and you just need to know how to do it in like a way where you can sort of put yourself in the mind space of doing it. And that's kind of his whole thing is like people shouldn't be too scared to try things. And I think that's a really cool message. And he's just like a very cool guy, I think.
Yeah. While I'm eating, can we do Scriblio?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And then we can get back to driving the truck. Because it's very
Yeah.
difficult to eat a pie while you're driving a truck. Both in real life
agree.
and as a video game.
They recommend you pull over to a truck stop to play Scriblio when you do it.
Yeah.
That's good. And I look like this.
Cool guys 69.
Yeah. Oh, which language are we doing? Okay, good.
English.
Yeah. Cool. Can you see this?
Yeah. Have to do that, and then this. I see the brownie. Brownie. Yeah.
Yeah, you did it.
I was like, wow, it's a brown square.
Right. Thank you. I am, how you say, pretty good at this.
Oh, that was
Kangaroo?
no. Hang on. It should be more obvious.
Yeah, because it's not. It doesn't have a. Doesn't fit in the. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 letters. I think, or 10. What are you drawing, my friend? Is it? What is this?
Come on, it's me.
Oh, gotcha.
Come on.
So that's
Man.
the code. With a ramp?
No, it's YouTube. Come on.
Oh, it's huge. So it's a streamer.
This one should come so quickly.
Hilarious. Hilarious.
I can't believe you didn't get that. That's the first word that should come to mind when you think about me.
Oh man. Okay. Oh, I have no idea how I'm gonna draw this actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, apparently like this. Cool.
Like
Ah.
TV bench. The extremely wide aspect ratio TV. That would be a nightmare to watch movies on.
It would be.
Oh, so kitchen.
There
Kitchen.
you go. I may have drawn too big of a kitchen, but you know. I'm doing way better than usual. I'd like to tell myself.
Yeah.
Maybe because I'm not drunk. Okay. What's this stance? Oh, it's like a cowboy. Is it like a, what's that called? Like pistol slinging. PIST. No, can't be that. Is that an L or an I?
L.
Oh. This looks. It looks like you're drawing a very weirdly placed penis. Oh, I know what it is. It's a revolver.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm still in this. Oh man. Okay, let me see if I can do this. But I shouldn't have picked this one already. I can tell because I don't even really know what it looks like. Cool. Okay.
Bean.
Yeah.
Squidward. I see Squidward.
Fuck.
See you
Yeah.
later, Atrib Nordsmira.
Yeah, see you. Thank you for the good contributions.
Okay, I mean, in which way does this not look like a penis? Let's start there.
It's this part. It's this part.
The shaft.
2 words.
The
It's something you know a lot about.
shaft.
It's
Something I know a lot about. Can you, what is this? How am I supposed to know what this is?
You know, as soon as you see it, you're gonna go, of course it's that thing.
I don't. Okay. I wish I had I wish I had a little bit more time. Maybe we can add more time later if we do a second round.
Yeah, that would be fun. So we just endlessly go, I don't know. Oh, date? Nope. Oh. So this is a sad person. Oh. What? Dank?
What?
Dunk? Dunk?
Dunk? What? What are you talking about?
I have it's with the thing. Oh, it's wine.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I thought you drew 2 people, but a guy who's
What?
on the right. Yeah.
What are you talking about? What do you mean I drew 2 people?
It looked like 2 people. You drew 2 people, 2 stick people, and then one of them just didn't have a head. I was like, what's going on?
You thought the table was a person?
Yeah, I did.
Let's do 110 seconds.
Yeah, let me just see the comments. What do we got? We got wie geht's Frauen und Männer? Wie geht's Nazar? Let's see, what's the Peter, we should do a voice chat sometime. Sure. Yeah, that'll be fun. First word that comes to mind when I think about Azure is based. Oh, that's nice. Someone says you're based.
I don't even know what that means.
I think it means you're based on a book.
That's true.
What sort of music are you into? Good music. I don't know. Let me see. Oh, I was about to draw something entirely wrong for what this is. What? Come on. Come on. Ah, it's not letting me pick. Oh, there you go. This is a very easy thing to draw, and I'm going to screw it up because that's the kind of guy I am. Yeah. What do we got? 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 What do we got?
I don't know. Not smartphone. That's what I thought it was.
It's 4 words and then 5 words. What do the Americans call them?
Call them smartphones?
No, not all of them anyway. What do they call them?
Mobile, no. Touch, no.
What are these things called when you look at a microscope and you see these tiny things?
Pixels? What?
When you look at something with a microscope, what do you see moving around?
Bacteria?
Yeah, but what are they also called?
Little bugs.
Hard How do I explain this? Okay, so what do you call the things people in prison are in?
Cells.
Oh.
Oh.
Was that too much help?
Honestly, that was too much.
A poop.
Yep. There you got it. Write it out.
Hmm. Yeah. I think I know what this is. I think it's a tablet.
Yeah.
Hey, I did it.
An ancient cuneiform tablet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who uses the word cell phone.
I think Americans do, depending on where you are in America.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like
Oh,
Americans mostly say either phone or smartphone.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't
Maybe
know.
cell phone is like the old school term for it. I don't know.
Yeah.
This was a bad call. This is gonna take a long time.
Is a bundle of dollar bills or a metro station?
There's lines.
Yeah.
Just
A
lines.
knee with lines on it. Crosswalk, a zebra crossing, a road, a sign, a man who's sad next to a window or a mirror. Oh, Yale.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, that was a bad, by the way.
Oh.
I was trying. By the way, I really recommend the old Canadian comedy show SCTV that they recently started putting on YouTube. It's awesome. It's from the 70s and it has like Elliot Gould, who plays the father on American Pie, and it plays what are you drawing, my friend? John Candy is on it, Catherine O'Hara. It's great. There's some great old sketches in there. Oh my gosh. No. This video has been demonetized.
This video was demonetized a long time ago.
It's true. It's awful. Why? That's actually... Remember those old days where we would just take a hose and spray ourselves in our faces?
That's what I did when I was a kid.
I don't know how to draw any of these. Fuck. I don't know what these look like. I'm just gonna go for a guess.
Just follow your heart.
Yeah. Pretty sure they don't look like this.
Rubber duck. Or a boot. No, it's a duck. Or a goose. Or a swan. A bird in general. Chicken. It's a bird. Eagle. Duck. Goose.
I'm really proud of how good I'm drawing. This doesn't look half bad.
Pig.
But it's bad, but it doesn't look half bad. And you have like
Is it just one kind of bird?
yeah.
Ends with a Y. It's not a dove, it's not a seagull, it's not a... Is it a ducky?
Oh no.
River
no.
river duck, river
Mm,
And
this is fun. This is great. I don't know how to
pony.
do this. I don't know how to do this.
It has 4 legs.
I don't know.
This fucking thing has 6 limbs. What is this? An insect?
Sure. I don't know.
A
These
fucking
legs it has.
spider. This is what they look like.
Let me see. What does it look like? Yes, that's what they look like.
They do not have fucking. Okay.
The funniest thing is, I didn't think I would do that well. Even like, I didn't think it would be discernible that it was even like anything remotely close to it.
That's a terrible hand. Oh, it's the worst hand I've ever seen.
It's beautiful. Beautiful. He lost his fingers in an accident. Oh, it's like a something suit. Miner suit. No. Oh. Oh, spacesuit? Hey. I know that from Sandmännchen.
From what?
Sandmännchen.
Oh, the Sandman?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's go back to trucking.
I love that idea. That's good. All right, I can go back to the stream.
All right, I still don't have chat open, so.
Cool,
Actually,
I do now.
You know what? I should have chat open. What am I doing?
No, I can totally keep an eye on it. You just play the game. You truck, my friend.
Okay.
You truck.
All right, fine.
I got this. Let me just scroll back, see what we missed.
Oh, Jesus. Wait,
oh.
hang on.
Right back to it.
Sorry, my screen is acting up a little bit. It doesn't seem to be showing up on screen, but on the stream, but the game is okay now. I think it's nope. Jesus, what is this?
What is happening?
My it's like super oversaturated on my screen.
It looks fine here.
Yeah, it's my actual monitor.
Oh.
That seems to be doing it. But I don't know why. Maybe it's because local dimming is. No.
So what's up, chat? Tell us what's going on with you while we figure this out. There's not been a lot of interacciones. Let's bump this video, get it in the top 3 on YouTube. Send your comments, and a random commenter will get a fist bump from the Prime Minister of Norway. Sure.
Why not?
Sure. Is her name Erna? No. What's her name?
I don't know. I just know she's from the right-wing party.
Oh, so we'll totally get her on board with this. Prime Minister of Norway. What's her name? Erna. I was right. Erna Solberg. Yeah. Anna Solberg. Yeah.
I'm gonna save and relaunch the game because I don't know what's up with it.
Cool.
So I think everything else on the screen is fine.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know if I open up this and I look at this random picture of an Indian woman. Yeah.
Oh, she looks nice.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay, I'll try launching. Game again.
Nawar asks if he's the only socialist here.
Yeah.
It depends what you mean. Do you mean in your place? Maybe.
In the chat.
Like where you are right now? In the chat? I don't think so.
No,
but
everyone is
in your house or in your apartment or where you are, maybe. I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Am I the only socialist in my house?
Yeah, I mean, could be. But if it's in the chat, probably not. You know? Awesome Everton says, make Peter Prime Minister of Denmark. That sounds like the worst job on the planet right now. I don't want that. Imagine trying to deal with coronavirus. Ooh. No, thank you. But thank you for the sentiment. This might be for you, Asher. Who's your favorite socialist thinker, if you have one?
Me, I think.
Yeah, same.
Is
People
myself.
think Marx. I've never heard of this Marx. I know the Marx brothers.
Yeah.
Don't know this Marx.
I mean, oh.
Are you a certified gamer, Azure?
Well, I don't have my degree in gamering.
No, me neither. If it's certified, I don't think so, but
maybe that will do it.
Nazar says he is reading a book of Vladimir Lenin, in quotes, the Bolshevik leader. So that sounds interesting. Who wrote the book?
Lenin. He wrote it himself.
Did Lenin write a book called Vladimir Lenin?
Yep.
Ah. There you go. We're being called noobs.
Because I can't figure out the stupid screen settings. Is that why? Is that why I'm a noob? Maybe if I disable full screen mode. Yeah, that might be a bit better. But it has this stupid thing at the... Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's like, for some reason it just doesn't work anymore. Local dimming. Off. Lighting.
Did you reboot the game or start it over again?
Yeah, I did.
Huh.
Picture contrasts, color, eye saver mode.
Mr. Hansen is currently reading Social Reform or Revolution by Rosa Luxemburg.
That's a good one. Good book.
Yeah.
There's the one the brighter the backlight will be.
Let's see.
Oh, I think I know what it is now, maybe.
Oh yeah?
Maybe.
Let's see. What else is new?
Okay, I figured it out. My black equalizer setting was what's wrong?
Oh, okay.
I have a setting on my monitor called black equalizer.
Oh.
Although I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's doing, honestly.
That's also Idris Elba's nickname, I think.
The black equalizer?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Back in his professional wrestling days, he was the black equalizer.
Mm-hmm. I love equalizing the blacks, making them equal with everyone else. Oh no! There's been an accident on the road.
Uh-oh. Ram it, dude. Ram it.
Yeah. Someone's died. Whatever. I have a delivery to make, okay? Listen.
I've got several Amazon packages that need to be delivered.
This is oil, dude. Do you know how much this stuff is worth?
The world runs on it, baby.
Yeah, do you know how much BP is paying me to get this to them on time? So that they can spill it into the Gulf of Mexico?
Yeah. What else is up? What else is going on? That was wacky how I drew a canary, wasn't it? That was a wacky way I drew it.
Yeah, that was good. That was good content for the stream. Thank you.
Very good content. Probably among the top 100 things in terms of content I've done this in these last 2 hours.
Hey Peter, do you want to know something?
Yeah.
Did you know that the azureScapegoat live streams, which currently take place on youtube.com/azureScapegoat, will from December 12th be taking place on twitch.tv/azureScapegoat instead of youtube.com/azureScapegoat?
You are kidding.
I'm not. And if you go
What?
to twitch.tv/azureScapegoat, you can follow the azureScapegoat Twitch stream for free.
No dollars?
No dollars. It's completely free. You can go to twitch.tv/azureScapegoat. You can click the follow button and you will be following my Twitch channel. And on December 12th, I will be doing the first ever Twitch live stream ever. I'll be the
Whoa.
first person to do it.
Does that mean that things will be different?
No, Peter. What a stupid question. Shit. Fuck. I was adjusting my headphones. No, Peter. What a stupid question. Next slide, please.
Okay. Is Twitch the same website as YouTube?
Everything will be exactly the same. The streams will not change in quality and quantity. I will be streaming on Twitch Saturdays and Sundays at 6 p.m. Central
You're doing
European
great.
time.
You're doing great.
Thank
Okay,
you.
my line. Wow, that sounds so convenient, and like it's good for me as the watcher.
Yeah. It is. You get a lot of emotes to use in chat if you install the extensions known as Better TTV, Better Twitch TV, and Frankerphase Z, which are extensions to Twitch which are commonly used by the top Twitch streamers to enable more emotes, 50 of them in total, for the Twitch chat to use. In my Twitch chat, you can find such amazing emotes as Pog, Poggies, Poggers, Pog You, Pog Slide, Pog Cog. Yeah, I have emotes on yeah.
Even the Pog Mug Club?
Anyway, I will be moving to Twitch because it's a lot more. It's just better.
It does seem a lot more convenient, and like that's where the kids are.
It is. I mean, it's a smaller community. Twitch is a smaller website, which means that you get a lot less weird people coming in.
Cool.
And just like all the behind the scenes stuff, like running the actual stream is a lot easier and a lot less frustrating. And you don't get demonetized for like swearing, which you do on
Good.
YouTube.
Good.
So that's nice. Personally.
It's so crazy how YouTube has just completely neutered everything.
Yeah.
You can't even say like things that aren't swear words, but just refer to bad things.
Yeah.
You know?
No,
It's way more censored than network television in America.
I
or
mean,
any
you can't swear. You can't talk about anything related to sex. You can't.
No. Or
talk
violence.
about like the news. You can't talk about anything that's happening in the Middle East currently. Like you can't talk
No.
about like you legitimately, if you try to make a news channel on YouTube, you'll get fucking censored. Or like you'll be demonetized because you're talking about bad things. So it's like, well, when bad things happen in the world, do you expect people to just not talk about it?
Yeah,
Like if
it's
fucking
crazy.
9/11 happened again, or like a terror attack like 9/11 happened, do you just expect people to not talk about it because it's bad words?
But then they make exceptions for big channels, you know?
Yeah, like late night hosts and shit.
Yes. Yeah, that sort of deal where they can just talk about whatever and stay monetized.
Yeah, they can fucking bully people. Like they can do everything.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Boo.
Twitch
Should
has been
Åland be a
in
part
there.
of Finland, Azure?
Should what now?
Should Åland be a part of Finland?
Yeah, because they want to be part of Finland.
Cool. Okay, this is like a
The
chat thing.
people who live there want their island to be, or their islands to be part of Finland. So I think that
Do
they
they?
have the authority to make that decision.
Huh.
If they
I don't
wanted
even
to
know.
rejoin Sweden, then yeah, I think they should be allowed to. But I don't think they have to just because they speak Swedish. There are lots of parts of Finland that speak Swedish as a majority language. Like
Mhm.
there are numerous cities and communities and municipalities that speak Swedish. I don't think that they should be fucking receded to Sweden just because they speak the language.
No. No.
Like you can
Sure.
live in Finland and speak Swedish, and you can live in Sweden and speak Finnish.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I think
it's
I think that's poggers. That's possible, right? Like your national identity isn't just tied to the language that you speak. So there are people who live in Sweden who speak Finnish or who speak Menkeli, but who identify as Swedish and who are Swedish citizens, and they live and they work and they have family in Sweden. And Menkeli is a recognized minority language, and it's just as official as Swedish is. And I don't think that they need to like go back to Finland. I don't think that the places where they live need to become part of Finland.
Yeah. Awesome Everton asks if we would move internally. If so, where? I don't know if what he means. Maybe internally within our countries.
Within the countries that we already live.
Huh. Yeah. I legitimately have considered moving to down south by the German border.
I
Because
don't
it's beautiful.
think I would move.
No. Well, I'm gonna be teaching German, and down south they teach German from the first grade,
Mm.
and it would just be great for me to teach it in the first grade. I think that would be fun.
Yeah. Why not?
But that would be the only reason. I don't know. And it's cheaper to live there, and it's beautiful. Like it has those coasts. You would be living super close to these, and it's these old historic towns and stuff. I think that would be cool.
Yeah. No,
I'd
I
go to
like
Hamburg.
living in Gothenburg. I think if I live in Sweden, if I don't move like to Finland or something, then I think Gothenburg is the place to be.
Yeah, I've heard really good things about Gothenburg.
It's a very nice city, very beautiful architecture, and
Hmm.
it has like canals, and it has this vibe,
Yeah.
this harbor city vibe that you don't really get elsewhere. And
Yeah, I've heard it compared to the city I live in a lot, and I think the city I live in and Gothenburg both have these very artistic tendencies to, or like there's a lot of artists that live here, so you can go to a lot of concerts. There's an excellent musician who's from Gothenburg called Jens Lekman, who does a lot of my favorite music, or music I'll just put on a lot. He's made some really good albums.
Cool. Yeah, and I mean, what's cool about living in Gothenburg is that so many people who live in like our province live in the city, but we still have a really big province. So you can take the public transport for really cheap, and you can go like a couple of hours outside the city to like in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, and basically no one lives there, but there's like beaches and shores and like woods and like lakes and just beautiful nature and terrain and everything. And you can just hang out, and you fucking swim in the sea and everything. And yeah, there aren't that many people out there because everyone lives in the city.
That sounds nice. See,
yeah.
That's a thing. I kind of want to get away from bigger cities now that I'm not super young anymore, because I've just lived in big cities my whole life.
Yeah.
And it would just be nice to have a little bit of space, you know?
I grew up in the countryside, and then when I was 12, I moved to Gothenburg for the first time.
Hmm.
And
It's a jarring experience, isn't it?
yeah,
Very different.
it is different. I mean, I think I had my first like jarring moment of being like, holy shit, we're not in Kansas anymore. I just realized I was driving on the wrong side of the road for that entire tunnel.
Yeah, I was very impressed by how you saved it. I thought it was by accident. So easily and without
I
like
just-
shaking anything. That was pretty amazing.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, no, like the first like big jarring moment that I had of like, this is not the countryside is when we went on family vacation to New York, to Manhattan, and I went and saw like Times Square and stuff, and all the skyrise buildings. When the biggest building I'd ever seen up until that point was like a barn.
Yeah, yeah. That was a very formative experience for me too. I think I was 18 when I went to New York. I think those commercials. It was very. It's very overpowering. These commercial, like it's being pushed on you in a way that you just don't see in Europe.
Yeah.
Very aggressive city.
But
we
yeah,
have a few-
then we moved to Gothenburg, and it was I think what was hard getting used to was like public transport and like where all the stations are in relation to the map, and like where do I get off and where do I switch to the next tram or bus and all that stuff. That took a while to get used to,
Yeah. No, I could totally see that. Yeah.
because
We have a
we
few
were just used to, because we lived in like a town and it had like one road, like you had like the big road, and it just went through the entire town, and you always knew exactly where you were, and you always knew exactly how to get to where you needed to go. You just went on the big road and then you followed it. Like there was no getting lost in that town.
No.
But yeah, living in Gothenburg, living in a big city, I could get lost for the first time, and that was new. But I don't know, I got used to it pretty quickly, I think. And I do like living here.
Yeah. I can see that. We have the question: is ethnicity more legitimate than nationality? I don't even know quite what that.
Well, legitimate in what way?
It
Legitimate
might be in
to-
reference to your Åland thing.
Oh,
I'm
I
not
think.
sure.
Well, I think in terms of that, essentially, what I was saying is that national identity is a lot more than just ethnicity or language. Like you can feel like you belong in Sweden, even if you're not from Sweden, even if you don't. Well, like your first language isn't Swedish, right? You can still live here and still feel like you belong here and raise your family here. And that goes for, the Finnish people who live here, who still speak Menkeli or Finnish, but they don't, they don't identify with the nation of Finland, because that's not where
No.
they live.
Yeah.
So I think when it comes to, nationhood and regionalism and separatism and that kind of thing, I think that national identity is more important than ethnicity. But I think that, the two concepts are interlinked often.
Yeah.
Because often when you are, like separatist regions and things, usually are separatist because they are of a different ethnicity or religion or language and that kind of thing. But not everyone who isn't of the majority wants to, belong to a different nation or create a separate nation.
No. That's true. Are you still thinking about Finland? Asks Awesome Everton. I'm thinking of maybe asking if you were thinking of moving there.
Oh, if you're working as a teacher, Finland is just the logical place to move to.
Sure, yeah.
Because they have much better working conditions for teachers and they have much better wages. In Sweden, essentially, teachers, like, the government doesn't give a fuck about teachers. They haven't had a raise in, I don't even know how many fucking decades.
Yeah.
Teachers are expected to do everything and work for like 60 hours a week for basically minimum wage.
Yeah, it's crazy. Insane.
Yeah.
It's no good.
So, if my main source of income is teaching, then yeah, I would consider moving to Finland. And maybe once I have my degree, I might move to Finland, but it's not something that I'm like actively planning on doing. It's just something that I'm thinking like in the back of my head, like I could move to Finland.
You could.
Yeah.
You would then think of the Swedish-speaking section of Finland, right?
That would probably be easiest, but I think if I was living in Finland, I think I would want to learn Finnish. But it would be convenient to live in a place that also spoke Swedish. Just so that I could get around. And I think a lot of Finnish people Like a lot of Finnish people speak English, but not that many, you know? Like
It's true. It's not as normal.
Yeah.
Surprising. Yeah.
A lot of Finnish people learn other languages. They might learn Russian.
Yeah. They're
They
also
learn
very.
Swedish.
They're just like speaking of ethnicities. They're very compiled group of people. There you have a lot of Russian people who live there, like you said, and
Mhm.
Swedish people, and what is it, Finnish, and what's the other one? Is it Hungarian people?
Sami.
Um,
You have Sami people?
oh yeah, Sami too. Yeah. Do Swedish people understand Finnish? I'm gonna
No.
answer for you and say no. Right? It's very different. Very, very different.
Finnish is a Uralic language, meaning that it's related to various minority languages in the Ural Mountains in Russia, and also, for some reason, Hungarian.
Yeah, it's very similar to Hungarian. Yeah, or not very, but it's more similar.
Yeah. It's
someone
not
asks-
a Indo-European it's not from Proto-Indo-European, so they basically
No.
share not a single word with Swedish or English or any other European
Right.
language.
If you look up examples of the Scandinavian languages, Finnish really stands out because it's very much its own thing in comparison to the other languages. Someone's asking me what Denmark is like, and I would say it's a very agrarian nation. We have a lot of. I mean, you have 4 big cities that I would call "quote unquote" big cities in a Scandinavian context: Copenhagen, Aarhus, Odense, which is where H.C. Andersen's from, and Aalborg. So those are the 4 big cities, and those cities are more like any European cities. And outside of those, it's very agrarian. So there's a lot of farms. There's a lot of agriculture. There's a lot of. It's very flat. The country is almost entirely flat, like the Netherlands. So if you go outside the cities, it's a lot of either forested areas and stuff, or it's agrarian. So you have a lot of a ton of dairy products just being created. Like, you know what I mean? Like just a lot of dairy farmers. You have a lot of cattle. We used to have like we would just basically do like all the agrarian stuff in Scandinavia and trade it with. I saw some place that said that like the majority of British butter is made in Denmark, for instance, stuff like that. People are freaking out in Denmark about Brexit and the fees that would come from it, and it would come to the point where like the British government said something like, "Well, Danish people can just make Danish dairy in the UK." It's like I'm not sure they understand how that works. Like, would they fly the cows to the UK? And you know what I mean? But anyway, it's
first
I've always
class
said,
tickets for the cows.
yeah, just fly the cows out in the
I
morning.
would love to see a plane filled with cows.
Wouldn't that be great? Yeah, just airdrop that milk out. But I always tell people, if you come to see Scandinavia, don't go to Denmark. Go to Sweden or Norway, because that's in Norway you find the fjords. That's the Game of Thronesy stuff, and in Sweden you get the what you think Scandinavia should look like vibe. Like go to Stockholm, go to northern Sweden. That's where you find the Scandinavia you think is Scandinavia.
Yeah.
Denmark, more so German. You know what I mean? It looks more German. It's very agricultural. Copenhagen is a beautiful city. How do I say that? Copenhagen is a wonderful city to visit. It has a bunch of historical stuff. Tivoli, the amusement park that inspired Walt Disney to make Disneyland and Disney World. A ton of beautiful, old, historic, aristocratic stuff. But it's not really a scenic country at all. I guess that's my take on Denmark.
I think if it's summer, then visit northern Sweden. Don't go too far north. Don't go to like Jokkmokk. Don't go to the very north, because even in the summer, it can be cold. And it's like in the summer, it's like it's not a nice climate. It's like dry. It's like I don't know. Sometimes it can be too hot. It's a very weird climate up north. But I mean, see the mountains. You can like the mountain chain between Sweden and Norway, but. Honestly, I think the most beautiful parts of Sweden are the sea, so that we have both the western shore out into the Atlantic, and we have the eastern shore to the Baltic Sea. Both very pretty, very nice. And then we have a lot of lakes, and like lakes in the middle of forests, which I think are, I mean, we have thousands upon thousands of lakes, and like we have great lakes, like really huge ones that you can visit, and you can, you can have a boat and go around and, just relax, have a good time. and sunbathe, and go on bike ride, and eat picnic, and
Mm.
sandwich, and lemonade. Sun and the winds. Look at clouds. Look at trees.
You okay?
I was just waiting for you to say something.
I've been waiting for it because Mr. Hansen says Denmark is just northern Germany with funny talking people, and I agree.
I was
You're
just
falling
thinking
apart.
you were just like waiting for me to say something, or like you just were waiting for me to finish, but I had just completely run out of things to say.
No, no. That's just the sound of you falling apart. Oh man, yeah. I haven't been to Sweden nearly enough. I will say that.
Yeah.
It does seem like, because it's such a big country, that it's like a very varied place too, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know, like the south, I imagine, is extremely different to the north and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even the south is a bit varied, but in general, I would say the south is, we have like birch forests, we have like thinner forests, you know, like smaller forests, not like super dense forest. We have like rolling hills and agriculture and that kind of thing. And then going further north, we have more like mountains and more like cliffs and cliffs. Twitch.tv/clips. And sandwich.
You're just falling apart, man. Are you okay?
I'm sorry, it's hard to
drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
I have to pay attention to the road, or else we'll crash. You don't want that.
Of course. Yeah. He's the guy behind the wheels. Let's be nice to him, folks. Let's see. Suck Them's Anthems channel, cool name, asks, I've heard it's a welfare state. Is that true? Welfare.
Yes.
I suppose so.
I mean, it's a welfare state in insofar as there exists welfare here. We have it.
Yeah.
Come on down. We have it.
I mean, sort of. I mean, it's been a thing of I don't know. I think they came up with a new term for it here. They said we're no longer a welfare state. We're a competitive state or something like that. I don't know what they want to like. It's just like competition state.
Yeah.
Where it's more like how do we get this to everyone as cheaply as possible? Is it the public or the private? I don't know. It's like it's a thing of like there's a universality to a lot of stuff like medical stuff, elderly care stuff, but I don't know that you would call it a welfare state anymore. Maybe in the 70s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's called the new public model. It's the kind of came in with neoliberalism. It's something of a compromise between the Social Democrats and the neoliberals, where essentially the liberals agreed that not literally every single thing in the country needed to be privatized, but the things which were not private, which were still state-run, had to abide by the free market and sort of act as if they were private companies.
Yeah.
And like to sort of like lessen the monopoly that the state had in certain industrial sectors.
Mm-hmm.
So in healthcare, for instance, there are public hospitals and there are private healthcare clinics, and they both act as if they are private companies.
Yeah.
Even though one of them is not. But they both give you like healthcare, like subsidized healthcare.
Yes. So,
But-
as a great example, I needed to go to a dermatologist a
Mhm.
few weeks ago, and so the procedure is you go to your doctor and you get like a, I don't know what do they call it, like a reference to something where they just put it in the system that this
Yeah.
guy would like to go to a dermatologist.
a
What do they call it? Referral?
referral, yes.
Yeah, exactly, a referral. So you Google dermatologist, and then you have to basically go to these websites, and it's like you're finding a business that takes care of you. Essentially, they don't tell you where to go; they just say now you have a referral. So
Mm.
then you Google dermatologists, and then the city that I'm in, and then you just find a bunch of people, and you call them, and some of them go, "Oh yeah, come over. We have a time," and then you have to ask, how much is it? What are you charging for it? And they go, it's free, or they go, it's $5,000. You know, it's like crazy, not 5,000, but it's a lot of
Mhm.
money. And you don't advertise it off top because it's you have to ask essentially because you don't know
Mm.
what's private and it doesn't say on the websites and it doesn't say any places here.
Yeah, it
So it's
usually
like they're
doesn't say.
both- Yeah,
And
it's
it's
like
like it's weird because
both.
like even like communally owned or like publicly owned like clinics or whatever, they have logos that look like they're like private companies. Like they have logos that look like they were made by a marketing department.
Yeah, it's true.
Like
And
that
they spend
particular
so much
shade
time.
of green that they use. Logos. And it's like health, and then there's like a leaf in the logo.
Yeah,
It looks like this is like an MLM scheme selling like vitamins or something. But
yeah.
it's actually like a municipally owned healthcare clinic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really
Yeah.
stupid. But the thing about like quote unquote private healthcare is that they don't make their money from patients. They make their money by the state paying for patients' healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever someone decides to go to a private clinic instead of a public clinic, the state will give money to the private clinic, some of which will go to pay for the treatment, but a
Yeah.
good chunk of which will go to be profit for the business owner. So
Mm.
we pay taxes to the government for the government to then give that money to private business owners. We're doing essentially nothing but owning a healthcare clinic.
That's pretty badass. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I
And
think
it's the
that's
same with schools as
great.
well. Like I could buy a school and just own it. I could hire someone else to run it for me. I could own a school and do literally no work except own it, and the government would give me money. They would
That's
like
pretty
give me a
cool.
wage.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. When
Yeah.
it's I invest a bit of money and then the government just sets me up with a job for life where I have to do nothing. I just sit back and jerk off all day and the government
Yeah.
pays me to do it.
In the immortal words of Mark Knopfler and Dire Straits, money for nothing and chicks for free, man.
Yeah.
I think there was I think Oscom Vic did ask a question, but retracted it and said, "Why are Scandinavian countries less right wing?" Oh, it just came back in again. Why are we less right wing? And I don't even really think that's the case here, anyway. I think Denmark is a fairly conservative country in a lot of ways.
Socially, we're both of our countries, I think, are fairly right wing.
Yeah.
I mean, all of Scandinavia is conservative in many ways. I mean, when you compare countries to each other, yeah, we have like trans rights and we have gay marriage and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we are conservative in other ways as well.
Mhm. We're
Sweden,
very, I
Sweden,
think,
for instance, is very conservative when it comes to alcohol.
that's
Like,
true.
We're like the step below prohibitionist, essentially.
That is that is true. Yeah, and I would say Denmark is a very there's a lot of social control that goes on in Denmark.
Uh-huh.
So it's a lot of maybe unofficial like conservatism in our behavior and stuff too. We don't really like foreigners either.
Yeah.
If you look into Danish history with refugees and immigrants and stuff. And we don't, but we also just don't like each other,
Mm-hmm.
or Swedes, or Norwegians, or Germans, or people from other regions of Denmark. So
Yeah.
it's just, I think there's just a lot of we like things to stay the same. Like, I don't know if you do this in Sweden too. I think you do. is Christmas in Sweden also just extremely regimented down to like what you eat and when and stuff?
Sorry, what?
What?
What did you say?
As I said, everything about Christmas also extremely like like based on tradition in Sweden too, like down to what you eat and when and stuff,
Yeah, I would say so.
right? Yeah, where it's like you eat this type of food at this point, and then you do this later in the evening, and you do this, and then this, and this,
Yeah.
and this. You know, it's like it's almost like a choreographed dance to do Christmas.
Mhm.
There's not a lot of room for
Yeah, every family essentially does the same thing.
yeah, at the same time and stuff. Yeah.
We watch a particular television program, which is a rerun of a Donald Duck or like a Disney animation.
Oh yeah, Disney show. The Disney show. Yeah, every child watches this. It's crazy.
Oh, a lot of the grown-ups watch it too. Like, fucking everyone has to. And
Yeah,
no one
especially
likes
if they
it.
have kids.
No one
Yeah,
likes doing
no
it.
one. Yeah.
But it's like, well, it's Christmas, so it's like we
Yeah.
have to.
It's true.
Or else
I've
the
listened
fucking
to a
secret
podcast.
police will come and shoot us, I guess. I don't know what the consequence is for not watching it. I think it's like prison.
Yeah, it's true. There's a I listened to a podcast. that
That's
someone
not
did
true, by the
about
way.
that.
For, if no one, if you didn't catch the sarcasm, people in chat, like
Oh.
the police does not come and put you in prison for not watching Donald Duck.
They should though. They should. Those
Yeah.
bastards that don't watch it. They don't deserve to be here. No, I'm kidding. Mr. Hansen says the Danes don't like Germans because we tend to invade them, and then references a bunch of wars. And it's so funny because that's something, because I study German right now. I'm teaching German, which I think is great because kids hate it. Kids hate German, and I love torturing kids.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. And I think what happened is my parents, parents who were born in the 40s, 50s, 60s, grew up hating German because it's like, those Germans. Like a lot of people did, I guess, right? Because of World War II and stuff. And
Is that true in Norway as well, do you think?
if they hate them in Norway?
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
that generation, do they just like hate Germany?
I think so. Yeah, because I think they did too. I don't remember. I read something about how all along the because Norway was also like a big exhibition in World War II and stuff, right?
Yeah.
With the Nazis bombing towns and stuff to conquer the country. I don't remember exactly how that goes, but oh, dude, your truck, you're in the wrong lane. You okay?
I thought I paused it.
I just saw you just so determinedly drive into the be in the wrong lane.
I
There's
took
no
my
hesitation.
headphone out to put it in my other ear.
Oh, gotcha.
Hang on. Give me a second.
Yeah. Oh man. But anyway, just to finish it, I think Danish people and a lot of people don't like Germany now because of Merkel. People really don't like Angela Merkel a lot for a lot of different reasons, and they also don't find it fun to learn the language because it's not a language that is used in your everyday life the way English is. So people are like, why do I need to learn German? And then you have to remind them that if you don't, the Germans will probably invade and kill all of us again. And then they get real scared. And then you say, that's right, I live off your tears, cry more. And then you punch them. And then you say, haha, I am the German teacher. I live for your...
I don't think Swedish people know or care who Angela Merkel is.
No?
No, I don't.
People really talk about her a lot here. They're like, yeah,
That's interesting.
Merkel's up to something.
I feel like a good chunk of Swedish people don't... Like, if you ask them who's the Prime Minister of Germany, I think a lot of them would say, I don't know. And then maybe if you said Angela Merkel, they'd be like, oh, yeah, sure.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't think Swedish people in general give a shit what goes on in Germany.
You know what's funny is Danish people feel really bullied by Angela Merkel. That's the thing, because Merkel often has come out and said that Danes are being racists or are being uncooperative and need to shut up, and blah. She's very
I don't
dogged.
think Angela Merkel has ever come out and said anything about Swedish people.
No, I don't think she knows about Sweden.
I don't think she knows what it is. I don't think she's... You know, I don't think she knows about our country yet. I don't think she's discovered it.
No,
It's not on her map. It's not revealed. It's
You're
a
right.
fog of war.
yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, she can't fast travel here yet. She hasn't
No.
discovered the waypoint.
She's still trying to get into Denmark, but we have that border.
Yeah.
Awesome Everton has a question.
Okay.
Peter and Azure. So this is for I'm guessing both of us.
I
or-
refuse to answer it.
Yeah, it could just be for someone called Peter and Azure that
True.
I don't know who is. But it says Peter
Could be
and
for
Azure.
like Peter Molyneux.
Yeah, exactly. It's just Peter and Azure. Could be like Peter Erasure, Peter and Azure.
Mm.
Would you rather live in Grenada or the UK?
I don't know too much about Grenada, but I think I would probably say Grenada because I don't know. I would not want to live in the UK. I don't think.
Things are rough right now in the UK, yeah. I think,
Yeah.
but I love Scotland though. I think Scotland is such a beautiful country.
Does Grenada have like public education and healthcare? Because if so, I'm down.
Yeah, honestly, maybe.
If Grenada is not like a neoliberal hellscape, then I'm fine with moving there.
I mean, I don't even really know where Grenada is, so.
It's a Caribbean island.
Oh, that sounds lovely though.
Yeah.
Caribbean country. Dubbed the Spice Isle. Oh, I think. Yeah. I think actually Everton told me about this once. It looks beautiful, dude. I'm just googling some pictures now.
Yeah, it's a vacation
beautiful.
spot. Felt
I would love that.
Jamaica
I could wear Hawaiian shirts all the time.
yeah, Grenadian shirts.
Yeah, that would be great. I could drink like fruity drinks. That would be great.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. What's the job situation there like? Are they looking for YouTubers?
How well do they pay YouTubers?
Yeah. It's like the Swedish government is paying me a lot of money to make this channel.
You're an employee of the streaming office.
Yeah, the National Streaming Board.
Yeah, National Streamer Institute.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Created in 1934.
Yeah.
And they really did not have a lot of work to do until extremely recently.
Hmm.
It was really for most of its existence, it's just been one guy in an office waiting for streaming to be invented.
Yeah.
And then, you know, he died and someone else took over, and then he died and someone else took over, and then finally streaming was invented.
Sweden had secretaries of streaming for hundreds of years before it became,
Yeah.
before anything was actually streamed.
dating back to the first Viking streamer
Yeah.
who live streamed his journey across the North Sea when I don't know where I'm going with this.
Elias asks, why do some leftists consider China as socialist? And I would like to answer this.
Hmm.
I would guess it's because China calls itself socialist,
Hmm.
right? Or says it's the socialist republic, right? So,
Yeah, People's Republic.
and
Well,
People's Republic, that's true, and it's like a socialist, stated socialist country in
Mhm.
its constitution. But, you know, is it a socialist country? No.
It's socialist in the same way that like Sweden is socialist in that they have
Yeah.
welfare and they have state intervention and kind of thing, and
Right, but it's working way in a more conservative direction now, in a
yeah,
Confucian-inspired superpower. Essentially, it's like
Mhm.
building its way up to being the next superpower of the world.
the way I have taken to think about China is not as ideologically driven, but as nationalistic pragmatists.
Yes.
They're very
Yeah.
pragmatic in their approach. They can certainly use the government and use socialist methods to achieve whatever it is that they want to do, whether it's raise people out of poverty or whatever.
Right.
But they can also utilize capitalism, and they don't really have any concerns about, you know, cognitive dissonance or being contradictory or, you know, not being ideological or not having a consistent ideology. They don't really care. What they care about is making China a powerful country, which they are very much succeeding in, and that being their goal, they are certainly achieving their goal.
Yeah, and I think we also like. I think the Chinese self-understanding of where they should be in the world is. I think China thinks it should be the superpower of the world. You know,
Hmm.
like it very much considers itself a country that is in like a middle phase of ruling the world, essentially,
Mhm.
because before imperialism, essentially, China was an extremely strong regional power to be reckoned with.
Oh yeah.
And I think they see themselves as they've been through really rough times, and they've been embarrassed, and now they're kind of building themselves way back up to be a new force to be reckoned with again, kind of.
I mean, this idea of China being the hegemon of the world, or the known world at least, dates back to, I mean, the early Chinese dynasties where they saw China as the middle kingdom,
Yes. Yeah.
where the further away you got from China, essentially the worse things got, and China was this perfect amalgamation of civilization and culture and invention and resources, and honestly, that was pretty true. Like, when the UK came to China and tried to get them to open up port cities and all these things, China essentially said that, you know, you don't have anything to offer us. We already have everything. We are a giant country, extremely varied in resources and landscape. Like, we have everything. We literally don't need to trade with the outside world because we already have exactly everything we need. And all the UK was left to do was to do the opium wars and to get people addicted to opium, and then sell them that instead.
But there was also, that's absolutely true, and it's a very sad story and heartbreaking in all the ways. But it was also a case of the UK and European technology was just way advanced to the Chinese technology once they then finally got to fighting, if I remember correctly. So it was really just from how I've had it understood and explained, they were kind of on a downward trajectory in terms of technology and development and stuff in China. They weren't advancing in at the same pace.
More
as
so,
Europe.
the Industrial Revolution was taking place in Europe, and China wasn't really partaking in it. And it wasn't necessarily, I don't think that China was that China was regressing or stagnating. I think it's more that Europe was kind of rocketing ahead very suddenly.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
But
yeah, no, I think China is really determined to be a new kind of middle kingdom type thing, where they kind of, and I think they're making a lot of inroads with the new, what do they call it, the new Silk Road? Is that what they call it?
yeah, the Belt and Road Initiative.
Right. Yeah, where they're basically extending their influence in Africa and Asia. Or trying to, at least, and making inroads to shift the balance of power in the world to be more Asia-centric, I guess.
Which is, I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily good or bad. I mean, it's changing one hegemon for another.
Right. I mean, I'm scared of it because I know how the Chinese government looks at stuff like human rights. You know what I mean? Like, or just, we can get into a big philosophical discussion about human rights as a concept, but like the value of the individual, I feel, is not upheld to the same degree by a state like the Chinese as it is in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean here, but I'm thinking like, I'm thinking about like, what's a good example? Like the Central African Republic.
Right.
Like, whether they are being influenced by America or by China,
right,
I don't think for them it's gonna make that much of a difference.
No, I think you're right.
Like, I don't think that them having the US as an overlord means that, you know, like, I don't think the US gives a shit about human rights in the Central African Republic.
Oh, no, not at all. No, that you're absolutely right. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think that we're gonna see like Chinese hegemony in Europe. I think the EU has done fairly well in staving off Chinese influence. At least they're trying to.
Yeah. And it's a lot more complex too, I've learned recently, than just US versus China, because it's also Japan versus China and America versus I guess South America and these sorts. So it's like a ton of
Mhm.
like we're just like, ugh, giant headache, geopolitics.
Yeah, it's geopolitics is a lot of interwoven alliances and friendships, and
Yeah.
yeah, it is complicated.
And strained friendships and sort of like your enemy is my enemy, so we're friends friendships and yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that guy came out of nowhere.
that car is brave, just driving into a truck.
Yeah, literally just fucking driving in front of me and then switching back to the other lane. Like, what were you doing? Like, switch lane and then switch back just to fucking crash into me.
Have rules. Oh man.
That's a power move.
I think I'm gonna go here in 5-10 minutes or something. If chat has some final questions for the Pete Dog, then now's the time to ask Pete Dog.
Oh yeah, we've been going for
Almost 3 hours.
3 hours. Wow,
Yeah,
time flew by.
it did. It legitimately did. This was fun.
Yeah. I don't know why I was thinking like, oh, you're going so soon? We've only been streaming for like an hour. Then I
know.
look at the clock and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's
Never
been
mind.
yeah,
It's yeah, it's getting late.
it is a little bit, yeah.
Uh,
But where's the turn signal button? Asks Spiced. I'm guessing for the game.
It's a left trigger, right trigger, or bumper. No, what is it? The L1 and R1.
Oh, so yeah, he's playing with the controller, PlayStation controller, I'm guessing. Or
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
R1.
I don't know what
Yeah.
the controls are on the keyboard, but I know you can remap them, so you can make them be whatever you want. I think I've set them to be Z and X turn signals. So
Oh, you just dude, you just got 10 Canadian dollars from
What?
Kirkland.
from
Yeah,
who?
Kirkland Day.
Kirkland
Have you
Day.
guys ever played any
asked,
good political sim games?
Have you guys ever played any good political sim games?
Democracy 3 is fine.
Yeah.
It has, I mean, it's I don't know. It has some problems, I guess. It's not like a game, but it's fine. I mean, if that's the kind of thing that you're looking for, then you can check out Democracy 3. You
Yeah.
can try, I mean, Tropico has some politics in it. You can write a constitution and set laws and stuff. But I
Mhm.
think first and foremost, it's a city building game more than
Mhm.
a political simulator game.
I guess Hearts of Iron is like a political game too, isn't it?
No, I mean, if you get there's a mod for Hearts of Iron called The New Order: Last Days of Europe, which is I think it was in development for like 2 or 3 years or something crazy like that. It's this
Wow.
super elaborate mod that takes place in an alternate reality where Nazi Germany won the Second World War. It starts in 1962, and you have a whole bunch of countries, like even very small countries, that have a lot of content. And it's not just about, I mean, very little about it is about the military, like the military tactical aspects of the game. Because like vanilla Hearts of Iron 4 is just like a military simulator game. But the
Mhm.
New Order is much more story related. Like you're playing as a leader of a country,
Mhm.
and you know, you have to deal with the political shenanigans, and you have to make decisions about what to do with your country. And if you're playing as Russia, for instance, Russia has been kind of thrown into warlordisms. There are a bunch of small independent statelets all kind of vying for power and trying to reunify Russia. And if you're playing as one of them, then you kind of have to deal with your neighbors and the diplomacy and the strategy involved with defending yourself and raiding and all these things. maybe not strictly speaking a political simulator game, but certainly a lot more so than Hearts of Iron. Because Hearts of Iron is just like you play as a game and you have a color, one of which is communism, and then you can invade another place and you can change their color to red, and it's like, wow, that's great. But
Sure,
yeah, it's not very intricate.
I tried playing Hearts of Iron, and there were too many buttons.
Oh,
I
yeah.
freaked out. Too many buttons.
Yeah,
It's too complex.
you have to like watch a fucking 20-part tutorial to to understand how to play that game.
It's too much. It's too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
I'm fine with how the real war went. You know what I mean? Max or McDonald's? I'm guessing that's for you, Azure.
Oh, Max, of course.
I don't know. They have like 1 or 2 Max burgers in Denmark. I think maybe they have way more now, but the last I checked,
Is their
And I was-
slogan in Denmark still Sweden's best burger?
I don't think so. I would doubt it a lot. Honestly, I was a little disappointed when I've only been there 2 or 3 times. I wasn't entirely into it. I think McDonald's is doing pretty well here, though.
Yeah, I've never tried Danish McDonald's. But
I think it's good.
McDonald's in
really good.
Sweden is not very good.
Oh, I think it's really good here. You should try it if you come here. It's they make. I legitimately think they just make good burgers here. They didn't used to. It's gotten a lot better, I think.
Yeah, no, in McDonald's everything is just like very processed and very American. It's just all like weird and it, like makes your throat all like slimy and cough and like
Right.
you can fucking feel your body rejecting
Dying.
the food as you're
Yeah.
eating it.
That's how it used to be here too. Like you could feel, but now it's nice. I don't know. It's weird. It's strange. And Burger King is terrible now here.
Oh yeah, Burger King sucks.
It's the worst. It used to be good, and now it's terrible. There's sometimes things go that way. What do we think of Antonio Gramsci? I think
He's cool.
he's fine. He's the guy who came up with the cultural hegemony thing. He's good.
Yeah.
He was very. He's been described in very unkind ways from the people who knew him. Like he was like a very neurotic, like a hunched over guy who would yell a lot and stuff. But he came up with some good stuff.
Yeah, I think so. I
He is
think
like,
his ideas are useful.
Wasn't he one of the founders of the Communist Party in Italy? I think too.
Yeah.
Every time,
Yeah, it was-
fell out of grace. No, he wrote some stuff that they still use in some parts of academia, which is impressive because even Marx and a lot of the Frankfurt boys are out of favor now, but he's still around.
Yeah, and he wrote a lot of his shit from prison, which is cool.
He did just the same as Vygotsky too, the sociologist who's still very popular in teaching theory. He came up with a zone of proximal development, which they still use. He was a Soviet guy who talked about how there's a zone of ability to learn stuff for children and grown-ups, where like, you have enough context to understand this, but it's hard for you, but you don't, or if you don't have enough context. Anyway, it's great. He's great, and he shouldn't have died. I'm really mad that the Soviet Union killed him. Azure, who is your favorite Russian unifier? What does that mean?
Oh, in the New Order, in the mod.
Oh.
Probably Valery Zablin. He's like he's in Buryatia, which is near Mongolia. So they have like a majority minority kind of a thing going on with like a Mongolian minority peoples, I think, in that part of Russia. And he's leading a rebellion against a former, or I guess current, like NKVD head, who is this like very authoritarian communist guy. And Zablin is kind of like an idealist Leninist, I think he's called.
Okay.
He's a very like starry-eyed young visionary who maybe doesn't always know how the real world works, and his idealism can get the better of him, but he's like one of the few characters in the game who can inspire hope in people, because you know it's a World War II, like it's an alternate history where Nazi Germany won. It's a very dark timeline, and even like the good options, like even the good paths for different countries are still very dark and nowhere near like as good as things went in the real world. And like a lot of countries are corrupt, a lot of countries are collaborating with the Nazis, and this Nazi hegemony, like it's not a good world to live in, and most people are just tired. But Sablin is one of the few leaders who manages to get people to think about a better world being possible, and not just reuniting Russia, not just starting a war and like taking revenge on Germany and like all these things, but actually imagining a world in which things can be better.
Gotcha.
It's a very well written story. There's a lot of diary entries and things in that mod that you get to read as you do things. It's very well written, and you get there are like different characters that interact with Sablin and that kind of thing, and you deal with the other leaders of in the Far East, and yeah, it's good. It's a good playthrough.
We got a few Sablin gang going in the chat too as you were answering. So that's a good sign.
Yeah, he's well liked.
We got some other game recommendations in the chat. Games I'm not familiar with, because I'm old. Let's see. Someone says I like Bukarina more since she's more realistic. That sounds cool. Anything else? I don't know. Was there something? No. Okay. Cool. That sounds good. Then I think I'm gonna say bye-bye to the chat and you, Azure.
All right. Well,
Great. Thank you, chat.
You can maybe do something tomorrow if you want.
Yeah, let's. Yeah, maybe. I'll see if I can. I hate to be coy, but it's like yeah. If I finish stuff, absolutely. If I still have stuff
we can talk on Discord later, so that you don't have to fucking disclose what you're doing to the whole world.
Thank you. Final question: what do you think of Muhammad Yunus? Do you know what that is?
I recognize the name, but I can't place it. Muhammad Yunus.
Do you want me to Google it?
Yeah, Google it.
Yunus. It is a Bangladeshi social entrepreneur, banker, economist, civil society leader who's awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for founding the Grameen Bank and pioneering concepts of microcredit and microfinance. These loans are given to entrepreneurs too poor to qualify for traditional bank loans. That sounds nice.
Huh. Yeah, no, never mind. I don't know who that is. I thought I recognized the name, but no, I don't know who that is.
Yeah. He was fired in 2011 for legal violations and an age limit on his position. I don't know what that means. But I think he did the Grameen Bank thing where they microfinance, so give small loans to impoverished people without requiring collateral. And it's like helping, let's see. It grew significantly. The total borrowers of the bank number 8.4 million, and 97% of those are women.
Huh.
Wow. That's something.
Is that in Bangladesh or worldwide?
I think it's just that country. Bangladesh.
I assume a lot of like small scale farmers and stuff.
It must be. Yeah, it must be. Because it's tiny loans that don't require... basically loans, I guess, that have been declined from other places.
Yeah.
It's called... its slogan is Bank for the Poor. Bangladesh. And it's making a lot of money, it seems like, too. So a lot of these people are... I guess the concept is if one of them does well, it pays for many others to have loans. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anywho, Sounds like a good. Oh, and Kirkland Day just gave us another 10 Canadian dollars and says, "See ya, Chiefs," and thank you so much. That's wonderful. That's really nice of you.
See ya, Chiefs.
I like my donation thing. I don't know if you can see it.
I can't. No.
Oh, I just said I stole his wallet.
No, I appreciate.
Thank you for the Canadian rubles.
Yeah, thank you so much. So that's 20 in total. That's a nice chunk of change.
Yeah, I'll buy an ice cream.
Do make it a good one.
No, I'm gonna save it and I'll put it in the YouTube pot for making good videos.
Yes, that's the spirit. That's the spirit. Okay. See you all. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for the people who stuck around for a long time. This was nice. Take care, everyone.
Take care. Hello? Peter? Did he leave? Is he still in the call? Can't see Discord, so I don't know. I don't know if he actually left the call or if he's just quiet. Shit, fuck. Ah, Jesus Christ. Okay. Alright, I think this is a good place to end it. Yeah, whatever. I'll just stop in the middle of the road. Give it that a quick save-a-rooney. And I'll switch to the buy screen. Yeah, for those who did not catch it, let's see, I'm streaming today, I'm streaming tomorrow, and tomorrow, Sunday the 6th of December, will be my last ever stream. Oh shit, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, I didn't notice. Oh my god. I didn't notice it fucking started automatically playing that song. I'm sorry. Okay. So I'm streaming today, and I'm streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow, December 6th, is the last stream I'll ever do. Well, I don't know if ever, but it's the last regular stream I'll do on YouTube. Then next week, on December 12th, so next Saturday, I will do my first stream on Twitch. Twitch.tv/azureScapegoat. And then on Sunday, I'll also stream on Twitch. And then on the 19th, and on the 20th, and on the 26th, and on the 27th, Saturdays and Sundays is my regular schedule. Same time, but on Twitch instead of on YouTube. Alright, have you got that? Have I made myself clear? Thank you so much, Kirkland Day, for watching. For donating. Very nice of you. Alright. Thanks for watching, everyone. And